Well, good evening and welcome back to the PlayStation Open Series monthly finals for January. We've turned a new leaf, we're back for 2021, but more importantly, forget head-to-head FIFA, we're back for FIFA Ultimate Team, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Brandon Smith and joining me, as always, a familiar name on the Open Series, that man Richard Buckley. Rich, new year, new us, new game mode. I'm excited about this one. What about you?
Yeah, I'm over the moon to be getting into some Ultimate Team action. Open Series rolls on for another month, but we're going down the motorway, or the highway, shall we say, and we've taken a diversion. We've gone into Ultimate Team land, the land of possibilities. You don't know what you're going to get. We pretty much could predict France against France, maybe a Barcelona thrown in there. Ultimate Team is unpredictable, and I am all for that, Brandon. I cannot wait to see what we've got in store over the next, probably, 5-6 hours with Europe and North America later this evening.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting, of course. We normally can predict what teams they're going to be using, but with Ultimate Team, we'll be lucky to predict, 3-4 players, if that? Well, let's turn our attentions to the previous winners from this month in January, because this is the monthly final. So this is the big sort of landmark at the end of the year. However, to get to this stage in the monthly final, you have to win across 4 different weeks to qualify to get in the top 64 bracket here in Europe. And if you don't know, Europe is split into 2 sides. You've got the west side of Europe and the east side. And here's a few of our winners there, Richard. Some familiar names in and amongst that. Thomas.om is a name that we know, of course, very, very well. Other than that, lots of new names, but that's what Ultimate Team's going to bring. It's going to bring a variety of new players to the Open Series.
Yeah, absolutely. S20, the Beard 97, and also you see Thomas.om, as you mentioned, Brandon, but they won in the weeks. The question here is, who is in the monthly finals? Who made it to the top 8? Well, without any further ado, let's have a look. We got S20, the Beard 97, taking on Zimbu, Musti Arabachi, very, very formidable Open Series competitor, up against Kevin 1887, Chiani _FIFA up against Zimmer, yes, back-to-back Gfinity Elite Series champion Zimmer, you heard me correct, and also Joe Jonas 0801. Let's hope that he's not calling an SOS this evening, up against DeCosta S1.
Yeah, what a stat bracket that is. And it's great to see those big names, as you said, Richard, back in the Open Series. Familiar names from head-to-head that have been able to sort of transfer their skills from the likes of France and Liverpool over to Ultimate Team, of course. Build your dream team, a different style of game mode, a faster gameplay, you'd definitely say. But that's our bracket for tonight. You're probably thinking, what are they playing for? They've made it to a final. You know, what's up for grabs? It's a $1,000 prize pool, ladies and gentlemen. Alongside that, everyone that makes it to the top 4, so if you win one game tonight, just win one game from your quarterfinals to make it to the semis, you'll guarantee yourself 12,000 FIFA points. And I don't know about you, Richard, with Team of the Year about to drop, hopefully tonight or tomorrow, the full team, it's pretty good timing to get an extra couple of FIFA points here and there, so you can maybe pack one.
Yeah, hopefully somebody can pack one when they're all in packs later this evening. If you fancy yourself as a FIFA player, well, I've got a link for you. This one just beneath me right now. Compete.playstation.com. Sign up, link your ESL account and also your PlayStation Network account, and you can be competing in the PlayStation Open Series. All over the world, there's split into regions. Every single part of the globe is eligible. You can compete in the Open Series. All you got to do, sign up, link your accounts, and get competing.
Yeah, it must also be said on top of that, it's not just Ultimate Team we're offering. If you're not bothered about Ultimate Team, do not worry. There's head-to-head tournaments. If you appreciate that more relaxed sort of style of FIFA, whether it's France against France or playing as your favourite club or national side, you can also do that. The Open Series has got you covered. There are so many tournaments taking place week after week. And of course, we get to commentate on the best of the action at the end of each month. Richard, it might be 2021, but Richard, ratings, are they still a thing now, or have they been dropped? Or
Of course there's still a thing, Brandon. How could you think that Richard's ratings... I heard, actually, that this is the most viewed part of the show. People just tune in for Richard's ratings. So 2021, let's get back underway with Richard's ratings. We moved over to Ultimate Team, so... You've seen Team of the Year coming out. Let's have a look at some of those Team of the Year players that might have flown under the radar. I've picked 3 players out for you. Number 1, Kevin De Bruyne. Roughly about 2.5 million coins right now on the transfer market. He's incredible. He is overlooked by Bruno Fernandes, which is forcing De Bruyne's price down. So certainly De Bruyne is one to pick up if you need a Premier League midfielder. Second up, Sergio Ramos, already under 2 million coins. Great pace, great defending, great physical. Throw a shadow on him, get that acceleration and sprint boost, and you can be potentially using the best centre-back on the game. And I've also had a quick look at some of the squads today, and Ramos is featuring. And third and finally, the Liverpudlian himself, Trent Alexander-Arnold. Unbelievable fullback. Arguably the fullbacks in the Team of the Year are 2 of the sort of standout players in terms of the stat improvements. Alphonso Davies on the right and Alphonso Davies on the left and Trent on the right certainly are going to be sort of giving you all the width that you need. And we saw Dylan Mike a week ago using that 5-3-2. Trent Alexander-Arnold is the perfect right wing back for your team.
Yeah, certainly indeed. I mean, we can see the Twitch chat and the YouTube chat as well. So if you want to talk to us about FIFA and FUT, you may have a question for me and Richard or maybe one of our competitors, get yourselves involved in the chat. We can see you all. Good evening to you. Thank you very much for tuning in. But no, I think it's fitting now, Richard, that we do take a minute to have a look at one of our competitors' teams for the evening. Because when it's France v France, it's pretty much the same team every single time. On Ultimate Team, there is that little bit of dynamic and difference between the teams. And I want to highlight another Swede. It seems like Swedish PlayStation players have been sort of the forefront of competitive FIFA at the moment. And have a look at Zimmer's team. Of course, one of the players that is competing tonight plays for Gothenburg. This is his team. He calls himself Zimback. Is Zimmer back for the FIFA 21 year? Fingers crossed that man is back. Looking through his team, Petr Cech in goal. You've got a right to left at the back of Carl Walker. You've got a cheeky Red Gomez. Oh, that's very, very decent indeed. I've also got him myself. I think you did as well, Rich. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yep. Varane, Mendy, Patrick Vieira, ensuring, everything's sort of the back. Alongside, I can imagine that'll be Bruno Fernandes, can do a great job in CDM. Mbappe, Neymar, inform Cristiano Ronaldo. Maybe he'll get himself a Team of the Year in a couple of weeks. And then that Player of the Month, Heung-min Son, that just, I don't know why, Richard, he always hovers around in people's teams and he keeps his place in teams, doesn't he?
Yeah, he offers you the 5-star weak foot, does Heung-min Son. A great outlet, also gets the Premier League links as well to get Walker and Bruno in the team. It's an incredible squad, Brandon, and I'm looking forward to seeing how that second informed Cristiano Ronaldo fares as the central striker. Probably looking at a 4-4-2, I would imagine, with Neymar on the left, Son on the right, and then Ronaldo and Mbappe up top. But potentially can go into a 4-2-3-1 as well, with Son maybe as a cam, Ronaldo as a striker, and then Mbappe on the left and Neymar on the right. Let's wait and see what formation he is going to be using. But Patrick Vieira, that sort of stonewall centre mid CDM that you need in your squad just to wrap everything up and sort of just be an anchor in front of the back four. He is incredible and arguably one of, if not the standout player behind Ronaldo in that starting 11.
I won't be honest, it sort of scares me a little bit, Richard, the Open Series, because in a couple of weeks' time, where there's no restrictions, well, we've got a couple of pros in the mix. Are we going to see Team of the Years start to sprinkle out into people's teams? And I've seen Bruno Fernandes Team of the Year, Rich. I think you've seen him online on social media and seen what he's been doing to people's teams. I mean, that's only one of them. Forget the likes of the Mbappes, the Ronaldos, whoever the 12th man is going to be. Fingers crossed it's someone that's going to be very much usable, I can assure you of that. There's the potential of that happening with restrictions. I know they're very expensive players. You might get lucky in a pack. You might be a pro who's actually got some serious coins. I know you've got some coins, Richard, and it was going to be Team of the Year Ronaldo at one point. Is there going to be a Team of the Year in your team at some point?
Yeah, there's going to be a couple, potentially. We were looking at maybe going Mbappe, but I think after seeing what that Sergio Ramos can do, I'm looking forward to seeing him this evening. I have heard that he is going to be featuring in a couple of the squads this evening in the Open Series, so let's see, does he get done or is he going to be a stonewall CB? But also Son could win the 12th man vote. He was up there with Messi and Thiago Alcantara, so it could be Heung-min Son as that 12th man, which would be incredible. I am hearing the first game is very close to getting underway. Let's have a look at the record of these couple of players before we get into our first game, because what you might not know, Brandon, I'm sure you can tell the people at home, the format before we get to this stage right now, because they've been playing for a couple of hours, these players already.
Yeah, they have been. If you don't understand how the Open Series monthly finals works, we go from the round of 64 to even get to this stage. So it's a ridiculous stage to even get to the final eight, in all honesty. There's a lot of love for ex-Zimbo in the chat. We can see you in the Twitch chat. Very vocal of this man. 20 years of age from Germany. You can find him on social media at ex-Zimbu. A couple of people saying Zimbo's team's a road to glory. We haven't been able to see it as of yet. I mean, I've just looked at it now. That is definitely not a road to glory. I've just seen Arno, Ronaldo, Hullet, Pele, Ronaldo, Bruno Fernandes, Team of the Year, Sergio Ramos. That is not a road to glory. I'm sorry, Rich, unless that man's got the most incredible padlock in the world, that is not a road to glory. Hopefully I'll get to see that team in a second in game. But that's his wins to his losses. A very strong win rate, Richard. And when you're in with a final eight, this is what you expect to see. People that have got very strong win rates.
Yeah, 33 games won in the Open Series in the history of Zimbo's career. 4 losses. He's got an 89% win percentage out of the 37 games played. On the other side of that, we've got S20 the Beard, 23 years old, otherwise known as Simone Pietraboni, and you can follow him on social media at S20 the Beard 97. Just having a quick look at the chat, you can see his win percentage. He's played in 1 Open Series, won 9 games, lost none. So is his O about to go?
Yeah, one thing that I find really interesting about S20 the Beard, Richard, he actually is in the Global Series rankings at the moment, which we might talk about a little bit over the broadcast and over the next couple of weeks. If you're in the Global Series rankings, it means you've got an opportunity to maybe go on to into the FIFA 21 playoffs, which, if you don't know what that is, it gets you to the E World Cup final. And I'm sure you know some of those big PlayStation names like Nicholas and Mo Alba, the current E World Cup champion. That's the ecosystem sort of thing to give yourself an opportunity. The Open Series has always been a little bit more about finding the next generation of talent. Alongside, we have a couple of pros that pop in now and then. Maybe it's for a bit of extra practice. Maybe it's to get back to winning ways. But the fact we've got a couple of players in here, Richard, that are on the Open Series, they are in the Global Series, and they are sort of knocking on the door of the Global Series playoffs. It shows that we've got a really good mixture of players here that are all sort of at different stages of their FIFA career, you'd say.
Yeah, you've got aspiring pros, then you've also got pros like Zimmer, who might have had a little bit of a year off, or maybe not hit the heights that he previously was playing at in FIFA 19 and the beginning period of FIFA 20. So it's very good to see. This could be the rebirth, shall we say, of a player like Zimmer, getting a win in the Open Series, giving him some confidence, because, look, we'll mention it, Brandon, Jesus was an Open Series player. He was playing in the Open Series last July and August, and he just won the PlayStation Qualifier number 2 European Region Championship. He won that event. He was the best player in Europe. 6 months ago, he was playing in the Open Series, so it just goes to show that it can be a building block to your FIFA career.
I felt like a bit of like a proud uncle or something, to be honest, Richard, when we were commentating them at the weekend. If you didn't understand what happened, there's multiple tournaments that are taking place alongside the Open Series, and it just went to show that you can literally go from, as I said, from zero to hero, from playing in the Open Series, just grinding out, tournaments where he was picking up some good prize money. He was picking up $400 a time when he won. That man just bagged $15,000, I believe, maybe even more from winning that tournament at the weekend. And he's pretty much cemented himself a place in the Global Series playoffs. So it goes to show what 4, 5, 6 months can do in competitive FIFA. And if you really push yourself and ask to get the best from yourself, anything could be possible. And look, there's another name that's just come through the Open Series, and now he's knocking on the door for an E-World Cup. So it really just goes to show anything is possible. We will be getting into our first game of the day very, very soon. We will be showing you every single matchup from the quarterfinal onwards. So we've got 4 quarterfinals for you, 2 semi-finals, and then that grand final later today. All games are best of 1 too, Richard, which does throw things up in the works for a lot of these guys, because there isn't a second chance. The first goal is always going to be important, as it was before in head-to-head, but especially on Ultimate Team, the games can swing. You can go 3-0 up and you can still throw it away because of that sort of arcadey feel that Ultimate Team gives you in the nicest way that I like to explain it. You can throw away leads.
No, absolutely. I think as well that probably favours the players who are less pros. You've got a player like Zimmer, who for the last 3 years has predominantly only been playing 2-legged games of FIFA, where he's got 2 games to overturn it, the aggregate scoreline. made up of two 90-minute matches of football. On the other side of that, if you're a good one-legged FIFA player, you can get a couple of goals up early doors, first 15, 20 minutes, and then potentially see out a game, change formation, go into something more defensive, and play out a win, because we're joining the tournament at the stage where one win puts you into the prize money. If you win one game, you are guaranteed $100 and 12,000 FIFA points if you were to lose your semi-final and then the third and fourth place match, which is played off the broadcast. So there's plenty of pressure on this quarter-final game right now. Arguably the most pressure of all the matches in the tournament, even the semi-final and the final, because if you lose this game, you're going home with nothing. You've grinded a couple of weeks of weekly qualifiers, you've made it to monthly qualifiers where you've gone unbeaten, and then you go out at the final hurdle before you get your hands on some money.
Yeah, sometimes the case for that, isn't it? Players that will often... I mean, you look at that list, that previous winner list that we showed you on the opening of the show. There was only one player from that winners list that's in the final 8. Yes, they're all involved in the top 64, but there was only one player that made it all the way through, Richard. So it goes to show that every tournament is so different, and with Ultimate Team being as crazy as it can be at times, with the amount of goals you score. I'm looking at the bracket now, we're seeing 5-2s and 4-3s, games that are so tight between everybody. And we are going to get into that game as soon as we can. Maybe we can get one of the competitors' teams up if that would be possible. No, we're into a game, I believe. Even better. There you go. And we'll have a quick look, Rich. A really quick look at, I believe it will be... it will be Zimbo's on the other side. So we are looking at the POV here of S20, the beard. The Italian player who's in this one. One of the pros who's foot verified. I'm happy to say, Richard, it's an opening ceremony. The Ultimate Team FIFA 21 Open Series monthly finals is underway for the first ever time. And we're over the moon to call on this one. It is S20, the beard, kicking from left to right. And it will be Zimbo from right to left. Richard, give it a couple of seconds. But when you see this starting lineup for Zimbo, you will be in shock, my friend. It's absolutely stacked from top to bottom.
I can see Hullet. I can see R9. I can see Ramos and Bruno Fernandes, Virgil van Dijk. I'm guessing that's a team of the year, Sergio Ramos at centre-back. Is that Pele making the run forward there as well? An absolutely outstanding team for Zimbo. On the other side of that, I can see a cheeky little Deco at centre mid, I think it is, for S20 the beard.
Yeah, that's what Ultimate Team brings. Of course, you can follow the meta as such with your Mendy and your Varane at the back, your Joe Gomez's. However, there will be some players that will be creative in this. Here's Bruno Fernandes, a player that I'm sure will be hyping up quite a lot this evening. Into Ruud Gullit. Back to R9. Potentially one of the first goals that we'll ever get to commentate on since we've moved over to Ultimate Team. It's just refreshing. Normally we used to Ben Yedder and Mbappe. Now we've got so many icons. R9, Gullit, Pele, Neymar, Cristiano Ronaldo, and even Deco, as you said. He's in centre mid. He's going to be the player that's going to keep things ticking over. So really horrible pass forward. That going to go up for a throw. And there is a pause that's come in. That's an early substitution, I believe. I'll be interested to see what that sub is. We'll get to see it as soon as that Neymar injury pops off the screen, hopefully.
I think it might have been Deco actually making way for Sadio Mane.
Yeah. It was.
Mane and Dos Santos coming on.
Here's Neymar. Trying to get past Adama Traore. That's foot freeze Adama Traore. Player that I actually did myself as an SBC that was very much worth doing. Offers you a lot of pace, and a player that pros actually like to bring on pretty much anywhere, Rich.
No, that Adama Traore, Brandon, can literally... He can play cam, he can play wide mid, fullback, CDM, literally anywhere on the pitch. He will do a job for you. Not only a job, but a good job as well.
He's a player that, if you can start in at fullback, come on late into a game on your wing and inject that sort of pace that you need. Roberto Firmino, back to Ronaldo. Dos Santos, who made white onto the field for Deco. Dos Santos linking up very well, does get fouled. And that team of the year, Sergio Ramos, already into one of the players' teams. We said we might see team of the years. It's taken only the first game tonight, Richard, to see one.
Yeah, I think he's playing for a contract at Buckley's Boys as well, my ultimate team, because I'm getting a good look at that Sergio Ramos and seeing what he is like.
Speaking of that, Dos Santos, I did not personally do it myself.
I can't say I did either.
Quite a few Ultimate Teams since I've seen over the last couple of days. Also worth a mention as well, that foot freeze, Roberto Firmino, another great addition to any central midfield. He's a player that can offer you sort of a CDM role. And he's similar a little bit to Bruno Fernandes. It's up the ball now and tries to be before. There's acres of space on this right-hand side. Mbappe is going to be round the corner of the fullback. This could be a chance. Mbappe, can he ball roll the keeper? He can't. It was Thibaut Courtois that came out as a sweeper keeper effort. Still is in possession. S20 the beard.
Just ball rolled the wrong way. Ball rolled into the goalkeeper. He had to ball roll away from him.
I'm not too sure why Cristiano Ronaldo's back there doing defensive duties. He's very, very deep. Looks like he's in the midfield three. This is a 4-2-4. Which has completely been out of position there. I mean, he has got Mbappe, Pele, R9. My apologies there, he just swapped places. Bruno Fernandes back in the centre midfield with Ruud Gullit. Looks like Ronaldo's on the far left-hand side.
Could be a 4-4-2 with Ronaldo left mid.
Could be a chance now. Pele, there's that bridge touch that is so effective and so efficient this year. Back to Gullit, a couple of ball rolls there. He's going to just try and tease a defender out of position. Still Ruud Gullit, just bundling his way past everyone. It goes back for a throw-in. He was deemed to have just fouled the fullback there, but early signs already, Richard, that the bridge touch will be in use this evening in the Open Series.
Oh, absolutely. And I think if you're looking first 36 minutes, the team advantage is certainly with Zimbo, but I don't feel like S20 the Beard is frightened at all. He's not being shook by this squad. He's certainly in this game.
I can't imagine how difficult it is to try and break past Ruud Gullit and Bruno Fernandes. He does find a gap. Ronaldo will do everything he can to get that ball back under possession. Varane slightly out of position. So quite a lot of joy on this right-hand side for Mbappe. Adama Traore nearly caught out again on that second occasion. Does recover well. I'd agree with you. If you sort of put the two teams together, there's no doubt about it. The overall price of the team and the quality, you'd be looking at ex-Zimbo. It's a stacked team. Could be one round the corner. Well played, Joe Gomez.
Just look how high he is with Varane there. He's pulled him way out of position. He's getting pulled apart defensively.
Again, it's Mbappe on this right-hand side. Cuts it back inside. Will he get a second bite of the cherry? Bruno Fernandes is in there, and Dos Santos is trying to just lay that one off into Neymar. No way through. I mean, this has got a counter-attack written all over it, both ends. Mbappe involved. And that will do us for half-time. I mean, that was a very quick first 45 minutes there, Richard. 0-0 between these two, and really, a very tight game. There was a half-hearted chance for the Beard 97 where he tried to ball roll around the goalkeeper, and it was Thibaut Courtois just off his line, sweep the ball away. And then down the other end, the only chance that really came was Ruud Gullit, but he was sort of penalised and made a foul.
Yeah, I think if you're looking at Ruud Gullit and Bruno Fernandes in this game, they can both play centre mid or CDM, but I always like one more defensive. If you're having Ruud Gullit, I think you've got to have somebody next to him like a Vieira or a Kante. If you've got Bruno, you want a more defensive. They're both quite offensive centre mid / CDMs.
I completely agree with you. You sort of got to have that balance as much as we don't want to keep on speaking about France against France, but when we used to speak about France, so many people love France because Kante and Pogba were just two great players that balanced each other very well in the two CDM roles. Kante's always going to be that box-to-box player, but more defensive out of the two. And Paul Pogba, yes, he can defend, but he's going to be the player that will sort of get a little bit more forward in that too. Free kick played short there. Comes to nothing. Still 0-0 between these two. This is a best-of-one format tonight in the Open Series. Santos. Lovely bridge touch, still with it. Of course, there's going to be someone else that we know very well, Richard. That's Kleber. No matter how stacked this team is from ex-Zimbo, the Dutch fullback who's had a couple of sort of promo upgrades from Ajax is clearly doing enough for the FIFA community and our competitors in the Open Series. Fantastic save off the line there. It was R9. And a great chance for ex-Zimbo. Might have another one. Lovely bridge touch. Back to R9. He's dancing around the defenders. Unfortunately, can't get his shot past Rafael Varane. Yeah,
just as you were speaking in regards to Kleiber, the squad builder showdown, he got a +1 from an 85 to an 86 for the draw against PSV. Chance right there for R9. He's got another bite of the cherry here. R9 looking to get past Varane. Bridge touch into the gap. Nick Pope again. Incredible.
Still not over though, Rich. Well played. Pele had a half chance there. It was intercepted so well at the back. Paul's coming in. For almost 20 of the period. One thing we're noticing already is how fast this game is between these two. Lovely reverse elastico. Pele matches up well. And just offside there. Joe Gomez and Varane are certainly owning their money at the moment, Richard. They have had their work cut out in this second 45, and I think that's why we are seeing a pause cued here. Maybe a change of formation. I don't think it's a change of personnel. It's maybe him trying to just... Oh, Maradona will make his way onto the field, sorry.
The prime icon lone Maradona being brought on.
Can he be the super sub of dreams? You can just see him on the edge of the box there. The Argentine, there's his first couple of touches in the game. Lay off to Neymar. It's your first quarter-final of the evening in the Open Series. Still goalless here. Lovely ball round the corner. Can Neymar just snatch it off the toe of Varane? He can't. Feels like both players, Rich, just lacking that one more pass, aren't they?
I think for R9, you back him to score when he gets into the areas. It's been a couple of great saves from Nick Pope, taking nothing away from the goalkeeper, but maybe a little bit of nerves creeping in. I'm not too sure, because these are chances on Weekend League that you expect to score when you take the shots, when you work it into the area.
Oh, R9. Doing very well there. And of course, if you guys want to get involved in the conversation this evening, hashtag PS4 tournaments on Twitter. You can tweet me or Richard or one of our competitors. Any questions you've got about maybe FIFA Ultimate Team or the Open Series, we'll be more than happy to get involved and answer those questions. Maradona, that's to Santos, who's been heavily involved in all the attacks, just fortunately gets around that area, and you're trying to find a pocket of space between Bruno Fernandes, Hullet, Team of the Year, Sergio Ramos, and then Varane on top. So it really is very much difficult to find a way past this team. Is he going to be onside, Adama Traore? Yes, he is. Building into this attack. For me, you'd have to say that Eximbo's been the better of the two in this second half. He's trying to bridge, touch his way past Roberto Firmino. He just about does enough, and 15 minutes left here. Still goalless, waiting for the all-important breakthrough. If we are all square after 90 minutes, we will go straight into extra time. And if we need it, we'll go to the lottery. It can be a penalty shootout. Mbappe. Can he find that ball around the corner? Doesn't want to bite into a tackle yet. Cristiano Ronaldo will try and scoop turn his way past the fullback. What about those really small, intricate moves around these areas? Played by Rafael Varane. It could have easily been a free kick. Referee says no, that was a fair tackle.
Yeah, we're looking to get the ball into Maradona. He tried double tapping it into him on the edge of the box. Very deep is Zimbu when he is defending, but body's behind the ball. He's not really making any sort of hasty moves defensively to pull players out like he was in the first half.
Super surprised how competitive this has been between the two. Could be a chance. Ball back inside to Ronaldo! And he's been waiting a long time for that one. The bridge touches have been flowing since the first whistle was blown. And it was a case of trying to find a gap. It was Bruno Fernandes that found the gap originally and then laid it back inside into Cristiano Ronaldo. And what do we know, Richard, about Cristiano Ronaldo? In those sort of areas, he never, ever misses the target. That's a goal to nil, and that's the first goal of tonight's monthly finals here in the Open Series.
It was a fantastic bridge from Bruno into the box, created the space for Cristiano Ronaldo. Portuguese centre mid to Portuguese striker, cutting it back for CR7, who just lashed it in to that near post. And you would argue, especially in the second half, Zimbu's got more into the game. He's been more creative in the final third with those bridge structures. He took R9 on a dribble there, way out wide, not really where you want R9 to be. Worked the ball back inside. He let Bruno Fernandes continue his run into the box. And Cristiano Ronaldo, right place, right time, to potentially give Zimbu a guaranteed $100.
Yeah, you win this game, you're into the prize money alongside guaranteeing yourself 12,000 FIFA points. And With how this game has gone, Richard, I don't think we've honestly seen more than one shot registered from S20 the Beard, which you'd probably say came into this tournament a little bit of a favourite with how his rankings have looked. He is heavily involved in the FIFA.gg Global Series rankings, 300. Second, he does sit on those rankings. However, that team that Eximbo's had his stack could be a chance for Maradona to equalise. Maradona, what a block from Rafael Varane. Still, this one's not over. Back inside, Ronaldo, scoop turn, shot comes in, Kleber's there to get rid of the danger again, and that should probably do us for game number one. Get that ball long, and you will be into a semi-final. Kick it out of play. There you go, there's the full-time whistle. And that's our first game concluded here in the Open Series. A really tightly contested one. Only a goal to talk about, and that goal went the way of ex-Zimbo. Cristiano Ronaldo being the one player to send that man into the Final Four. There was a chance at the end, though, wasn't there, Rich? Maradona had a chance originally, then it went into Ronaldo. He tried to scoop turn his way around the defender, and then Kleber was there to just stick out a left leg, and that would do us for leg number one and our first game of the day.
We saw a perfect example of why Diego Maradona is not a meta icon. Right there. He's got a 3-star weak foot. He didn't want to shoot on his right foot. If that's even someone with a 4-star weak foot, Rude Hullet inside the box, you're taking it and you're hitting it near post. You are comfortably shooting at the near post. He didn't want to take the shot at the near post or across the goalkeeper on the assumption that he would hit it with his right foot and squander the opportunity. He tried moving it back into a left-footed area for Maradona. We see the goal right here, CR7 just smashing it in the near post and giving us a T-Rex celebration afterwards. But Maradona, he tried working it onto his left foot. Didn't happen for him in the end. And in the final moments, just not the player you wanted on the ball.
Yeah, well, we came into that game, Richard, looking at both those teams, and we thought Eximbo's team was unbelievable. If you haven't seen it, well, I'm sure we'll show it to you at some point as we move on to our Final Four here. But when you get to these stages in the tournament, Richard, you really have to hold your nerve. You said it perfectly. Could there have been a couple of nerves now and then? You've got to the final 8 now. You're in the broadcast. These guys have played round of 64, round of 32, round of 16 fixtures already tonight. And unfortunately for S20 the Beard 97, he was just that one step away, and he just struggled to create chances. He really, really did. And as you said, it was Maradona that got into the right area. It was just too late, and he didn't want to back his weak foot, which I think many of us would naturally have done. But when you're defending against it, maybe it became a little bit too obvious in the end.
No, absolutely. It was an easy read for him. He just had to shepherd him back onto his left foot, just wait for him to cut inside and then make sure you had a body in the way, as he did with Varane. And then Kleber came across, rescued the day with the block on Cristiano Ronaldo's strike goalwards. But I think it just goes to show right there, if that game was on head-to-head, for example, it could have gone a completely different way. Could have been 2-2, could have been 3-3. But because it was Ultimate Team, these players are a lot more comfortable with their Ultimate Teams. But also, the defending especially, the defenders are so much better in Ultimate Team than what they are in head-to-head. All the defensive teams have a frailty in head-to-head. In Ultimate Team, you literally pick the best defenders, whether that's Kleber at right-back, Ramos, Virgil van Dijk, Rafael Varane, you name it, they will be in that defence. And that's where you're probably going to see the same consistency in defences. It's going to be offensively where teams do vary quite a lot.
Yeah, and on top of that, let's not forget, you're using players that have got 5-star weak foots, Richard. It's not just 1 or 2 players in your France team or your Liverpool team. You've got players who've got incredible skill moves and traits and flares, and it's just a complete mixed bag. And when you're using icons, it's just a completely different ball game. But that's our first game concluded. Let's turn our attentions to game number 2 of the evening. Again, the winner of this will then match up in that next game against our previous winner in that one. This is an interesting one, Richard. We've got our youngest competitor in the tournament here. 16 years of age is Kevin, 1887. Of course, that was not when he was born. Otherwise, he wouldn't be 16 years of age. Up against Musti Arabachi. We'll talk about Musti in a second because he is a familiar name, but this guy, 16 years of age, Richard. As you know, 16 is the age you have to be to compete in competitive FIFA. What do we think about this man? I mean, welcome to the Open Series. His first ever tournament here, and I'm looking forward to seeing how this guy competes.
Yeah, having a look at a couple of his results previously in the tournament. In the round of 16, he beat Javier Tobero, and then also he beat Gasto Fabrico in the round of 32. Going back through that, Kevin, Just having a quick browse at his performances. He beat fellow German SFL Eric #1. First Open Series that he's playing in January. 9 games, 9 wins for that young man. I would imagine that he's a Munich fan, 1887 Munich. If I were just putting 2 and 2 together, Brandon?
Yeah. Yeah, there's a couple of people in the chat saying 1887. I don't know if I didn't say the year right. If I didn't, I apologise. But Kevin, 1887, welcome to the Open Series. On the other side, welcome back to the Open Series. To Mustafa Arabachi, known as Musti Arabachi, the Austrian professional FIFA player. You can find him on social media, at Musti Arabachi. This is the run that he's had in the tournament. He's not tasted a defeat, Richard, and he's a player, one of the few, that has moved across from head-to-head FIFA to Ultimate Team, and of course has done it without even sort of blinking. He's here and he's made it already to the first ever Ultimate Team monthly final. So congratulations to our Austrian competitor. And it's good to see that there's a couple of players out there, Richard, that have tried to move over. We saw Uprising Chris was in the bracket tonight, and he was just a couple of wins away from also making it into our top 8. So naturally, that's going to happen. When these guys know that the Ultimate Team tournaments are going to be the ones that are broadcasted, people want to be on the finals, people want to get their games commentated over, and naturally that transition is just going to happen.
Not only that as well, but we've seen Zimmer later on in this tournament. If he was to go on and win the tournament, he then talks to a few of his friends, a few of his pro player friends, say, yeah, I played in the Open Series, we played in the weekly, you play 1 week, you qualify for the monthly finals, you play the monthly finals, and if you win it, you get $400. You then start to see a trickle down of pro players entering the Open Series. So it could have a couple of ramifications, potentially, this tournament, this evening, in the Open Series landscape, that I am more than happy to see happen.
Yeah, we'll talk about it more when the game kicks off, Richard. But I'm just having a quick look here. Musti Arabachi looks like he's rocking a Donnarumma in goal with a Theo Hernandez in at centre-back. I'm seeing Inform Valverde. I'm seeing Alessandrini. On the other side of that, for his opponent in Kevin, I'm seeing a Team of the Year item. I'll reveal that when we get into the game, Richard. If you can spot it first, you win.
Ramos?
Have a guess and see if you can see it.
I'm going to guess at Mbappe?
You might be hiding.
Neuer?
It is Manuel Neuer. Team of the Year Manuel Neuer is that Team of the Year item that is in use for Kevin. If you don't know who is who, here is Kevin, one of the first chances of the game, maybe one of the first goals. Kicking from right to left in that white strip. On the other side is Musti Arabachi. Kicking from left to right here. And, I mean, let's have a look at the teams between these two. I think they've actually changed slightly. You've got Laurent Blanc in possession now for Musti. Neymar involved in that front three. Also then Mbappe is one of his starting players. Alessandrini still involved in the fold of things, I believe. However, Cristiano Ronaldo has actually had a shout. Ronaldo into Neymar. And there you go. Less than me talking about the team, more about talking about the goal scorers. 7 minutes into this game. And Neymar will get us going. Forget late goals in our last game. The goals are already flying in. It's our previous player that has won an Open Series tournament before, in Musti Arabachi, that kicks things off. The Austrian leads by a 1-0.
And it all came from Laurent Blanc winning the ball high up the pitch, pressing in numbers. Ronaldo moving it on to Neymar. Simple fake shot, smash into the top corner. That Team of the Year Neuer didn't even move, Brandon. On the side of Kevin, I'm seeing Xavi in midfield, looking to link things up. How he's got Neuer in the team, I hear you ask, through Jerome Boateng's SBC that has just come out only a couple of days ago. So certainly with his finger on the pulse, he's Kevin, in regards to his squad. But there's plenty of room at the back.
Yeah, not just those players from an SBC or an objective, Rich. He's also got Iron Robben. And I believe could be a headliner, Wilfried Zaha. Also involved in the fold of things. Looks like, as you said, a midfield partnership of N'Golo Kante and Xavi. I've seen him pop up a couple of times. He's not always the most favoured icon. Whether that was from an SBC that this man picked him up or he just wanted to buy him. It's an interesting pick from Kevin. He does trail by a 1-0. Here's Robben. Back into Zaha. Mbappe, maybe he can get a chance. Robben might have the easiest goal he'll score all day. Fantastic save. A chance to break away for Musti. Lovely through ball into Cristiano. Has he got the legs on the fullback? Played by Rafael Varane, just got that ball back to Manuel Neuer and able to recycle and play out the other way.
I just love the diversity of the squads. Honestly, I've never seen Xavi really used that much. I've not seen headliner Wilfred Zaha as he bursts into the box there. Ball past the goalkeeper, empty net. Theo Hernandez with a great bit of defending. Zinedine Zidane in the squad for Musty. It really is just... it's so refreshing.
Yeah, we've still got 4 more teams that we get to see a little bit later in the tournament also. Zidane into Neymar. It's a great effort again. That will go for a corner. It's been an action-packed first 25 minutes in. Corner played short. Hernandez will interchange with Mbappe. He loses possession into Iron Robin. Could be a chance to counter-attack. Mbappe's making a really long run. Is he going to be onside? He might just be off. He's going to be offside there. It's one thing we've got to keep an eye on, Richard. Those through balls, as we saw at the weekend, are deadly. If time right and you've got good runners like Ronaldo, Mbappe and Neymar, players that can run on through and sort of clinch onto those through balls. We might see another example of it now. You've got to be careful defending it. Your player switching's got to be quite good, or sometimes it's got to be quite late. Because if you do it too early, you pull up a player out of position, next thing you know, you're caught out and you're about to concede.
Yeah, the number one key to defending really is patience. Patience and just reading the game, trying to make sure that you move at the right time, trying to make sure that you stand off at the right time. It's sort of a mental game rather than an actual hardware game. And Jerome Boateng throwing Ronaldo onto the floor right there. But the best defenders, Nicolas Razek springs to mind, in particular, are the ones that read the game so well. Moving left to right, marking space, marking passing lanes, but then also being aggressive when you need to and winning the ball back.
Third of this game gone already. I think Ronaldo might just be offside there. A little bit too keen off the mark. There's the Portuguese forward who, of course, did bag himself a Team of the Year item. I mean, we've seen Neuer and we've seen Ramos at the moment, Richard. We are playing a Team of the Year bingo. We're 2 out of 11 so far. I doubt we'll see them all. But we're on our way. Just tuned in. Welcome to the PlayStation Open Series monthly finals here in January. We have transitioned to FIFA Ultimate Team for the first ever time. Here's Neymar, lovely drop shot round the corner. The fake shot made the goal, in all honesty. And it will be the Parisian left winger who has just bagged a brace in this game.
Literally a rinse and repeat of the first goal. It was Laurent Blanc, Ronaldo and Neymar linking up again. This time the icon knocking the ball through to Neymar. First time fake shot, left-footed strike, smashed into the top corner. It's something that I don't really do a lot in my own personal game. That first time fake shot out of the animation of sprinting. I'm certainly going to have to try and implement that into my game a little bit more because Neymar looks to be having a field day right now.
Just to add a bit of context onto that, Richard. How important is adding a little skill move like that into your repertoire?
It's just
around
the unpredictability. If you imagine you're the defending player, you expect your opponent to turn back or maybe turn onto a strong foot. He's doing a fake shot onto Neymar's weak foot, but back in the 5-star weak foot ability. That's Iron Robin, speaking of weak foots, on his 2-star weak foot.
I mean, that's a massive goal, Richard. That's a massive goal there for Kevin, 1887. It might be his first ever Open Series monthly final. 16 years of age, this man. There's a reason why he's got so far in this tournament. Massive goal for him. People don't often look into a goal like that and understand how important it really is, because now he's coming out into the second half in a best-of-1 game. We must say, best-of-1 game. He's coming into it only a goal down and not 2. It completely changes the game completely, Rich. So he's in for a great chance to pull this one back, potentially here.
Yeah, absolutely. He was played a 4-3-1-2 with Robin as a right centre mid in that 4-3-1-2. Zaha, Cam, Kante and Xavi. I don't feel like that is the best position for Robin. You want him high and wide on that right-hand side, looking to cut in and hit those finesse shots away. So I feel as though you're not getting the best out of Arjen Robben in that area.
Well, he's made the changes to try and ensure he gets a bit better. of an understanding of the forward. However, he has scored a goal, and that's all that matters. It's an important goal from the Dutchman that's sort of been rejuvenated through that SBC that he did pull at his new club in Groningen, a club that he actually started his career at. After leaving Bayern Munich, his next step was back to Holland. Could be a chance for Zaha. This could be an equal playing field. Zaha, round the corner, surely got to be an effort. Again, just delayed the chance slightly, didn't he? And next thing you know, the defender gets back and he stops Zaha from getting the shot on goal.
Well, Musty's goalkeeper movement there was very good as well. He just made sure they had the right space in between him and the defender to force him out of play.
Maybe a positive sign, though, for Kevin to show that he can get into those areas. Could be another chance here in Mbappe. So back-to-back heavy touch. He tries to whip it into the box. Can't get past the first man, which is Varane. Only 2-1. Musta Arabachi does lead. Kicking from right to left it. Lovely ball around the corner. It's one of those through balls. Cheeky chip from Ronaldo. He doesn't need it. Will go on its own. What an interception from Varane. He seems like the man at the back from both defenders here. And both competitors. What a tackle that is. I mean, not even call it a tackle, sorry. An interception. The toe of the Frenchman denies Cristiano Ronaldo of bagging his first goal in the game for Musti Arabachi.
Yeah, he's the main man on head-to-head FIFA. He's also the main man on Ultimate Team, isn't he? Rafael Varane. The ultimate centre-back.
Keep an eye out for those through balls. They can be so deadly. Neymar, he's on for a hat-trick. Already bagged a brace in the first half. Out to Mbappe. There's just quality everywhere. Bridge touch, unfortunately, into no space. We'll go for a corner. 28 minutes left in this one. Whoever wins this will book a semi-final tie against ex-Zimbo, the German. Juggling around the box is Mbappe, and for a split second I thought he was juggling his way into the back of the net there.
We often see that juggle skill move used very, very effectively in and around the box, followed by a volley or maybe even a chip shot over the goalkeeper. I thought we were going to hit that.
I mean, that was potentially on for goal of the day, Richard. One of those, when the ball's in the air and it's in the box, you don't want to dive into a tackle. Also so hard to defend. Could be a pocket of space here for Neymar. Well played. Varane again. Here, there and everywhere. There's the Real Madrid fullback. I should say centre-half. Making those huge interceptions when everybody needs him. Mbappe. He find that cutback potentially. Tries to bridge his way past Kleber. 28 minutes left. He just needs another goal, Richard. One more goal, he'll conclude the game, and we'll be looking at him in the semi-final. Could be this chance now. Ronaldo drops the shoulder. Wants to go on his left, or fake to go on his right instead. That comes to nothing.
He was looking for the Leclerc super cancel there inside the box to try and really spice up his attacking dribbling. Just the ball ran away from Ronaldo. Zaha on the counter. Is he onside? Wilfried Zaha just offside. Inches.
He's had a couple of those, isn't it? Where Zaha's been able to find that pocket of space and do so well to get into that position. Fortunately, it's just not going to happen for him there. Pause will come in very late into this game. He'll be lucky if he can get it, in all honesty. Mr. Arabachi will be holding on to this ball for dear life, saying, no, 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 you're not making a pause. You're not going all out attack at me. Zidane. To Mbappe. If he goes forward, he wants to ensure it's going to be a guaranteed goal. If not, I'm just going to run the clock down. Mbappe, I don't think that was needed. Not the most clever. The flick-ups there. And now, could be in some real danger. Kevin breaks forward. Remember, he's a goal down here. A goal would probably send us into extra time. Robin. The only goal scored for him. Put away an unbelievable finish on his two-star weak foot. The Dutchman of Groningen. Zaha back to goal. He's looked really impressive in this second half. Just has not been able to earn that extra pocket of space. He's been called offside a couple of times. Great through ball. Slightly too heavy.
Again, inches this game. It's been real a match of small margins, but that possession lost right there from Kevin could be vital.
Mbappe dancing again. Back to Zinedine Zidane. He'll find a way through this back line somehow. Zidane does very well. Fantastic close control dribbling. Back to Mbappe. Can he juggle his way into the box? Mbappe does very well. Goes for a corner. And then finally, he'll get that pause now. There's just 4 minutes left in this game. Is Kevin going to make probably one of the biggest changes he's going to have to make? Just throw out for this game. Get the depth forward. Get the constant pressure up. You've got nothing to lose right now. If he gets the ball back from this corner, Richard, there could be something, but he's got to get the ball back first, and I think he's going to play short.
No, absolutely. There's enough time left. What are we on? About 80, 87 in the game. So if you get the ball, you might have a counter-attack potential there. I'm just looking at the bench. I see Bernardo Silva. I can see Ansu Fati as well. I just throw some more pace on, to be honest. I think Robben looks a little bit jaded. Maybe get Ansu Fati on if it's the player of the month, high and wide. Just try and spice it up a little bit because he's been reliant on Zaha making those runs in behind. He's not really shown too much else.
Yeah, it's sort of become predictable to defend it, I guess. He's won the ball back now. He's going to look for that Zaha ball again. Musti Arabachi is a minute plus additional time away from a spot in the semi-finals. Guaranteed prize money. And everything else that comes with being a top 4 player in the Open Series. He's just got to defend for 20 more in-game seconds. Defend this attack. He should be home and dry. Click out of play. There you go. Congratulations, Musti Arabachi. He will be in your semi-final. He booked today against ex-Zimbo. Is our first guaranteed semi-final. But commiserations to Kevin, our youngest competitor in the Open Series. 16 years of age from Germany. Unfortunately falls at the quarter-final stage. So good to make it to a top 8 finish in your first ever Open Series monthly finals. It's a huge achievement in itself. But I think you said it right. It became a little bit too predictable at times when, in that second half, if we look back at some of the key highlights, Richard, it was all about getting the ball to Zaha, wasn't it? Get the ball to Zaha. Try and find a way through Zaha. And he didn't have enough space. He was offside. And it was just a little bit difficult for him in that final third.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a great chance there with Robben as he was looking to turn and shoot. Zaha just overran it into no man's land there, and this was the second goal coming up very shortly indeed. Neymar was a threat all game long. Laurent Blanc into Neymar. First time fake shot again away from the defender and rifled it in the top corner. And this was actually the final goal of the game. Arjen Robben on his weaker foot into the top corner, turn and stare, but it just wasn't meant to be in the end. We thought Mbappe might have been doing a madness right here with the flick-ups, but just flicked it into Kleiber's path.
Yeah, I thought we could be looking at the goal of the day, if that was to go into the back in there. But as we touched upon, that is your first semi-final set in stone, written down on paper, or however you want to say it. It'll be ex-Zimbo against Musti Arabachi in that semi-final coming up a little bit later. Before we get there, we've got to decide who else will be in our final 2, or in our top 4, I should say, on that lower side of the brackets. We're going to be looking at Gianni FIFA, the Dutchman, against the Swede in Zimmer. That'll be our next game coming up this evening. And then we'll be looking at Jonas 0801 from Germany up against Da Costa S1 from Switzerland. That's going to be our last 2 games in the quarterfinals here. If you have just tuned in, welcome to the PlayStation Open Series. My name is Brandon Smith. Alongside me is Richard Buckley, taking you through all the action this evening. Richard, 2 games in. I'm enjoying it so far. A lot more fast pace, a lot more chances, a lot more goals. And just the competition seems to be getting better and better here in the Open Series.
A lot more player diversity as well, rather than the same, probably 18, 19 players that we saw with France. We've seen different icons. We've seen Hullet, we've seen Zidane, R9, Pele, Ronaldo, Team of the Years, Foot Freeze players. We've seen a whole sort of mixed bag of players, which I'm really looking forward to. This upcoming game is arguably one of the highlights of the evening. We get to see Zimmer in action. We'll have a quick look at their records coming into this game between Chian. Qualifying rounds up to this knockout bracket match.
Yeah, we'll have a look at how these guys are lining up. We'll look at Gianni's stats first. We might even be able to have a chance to actually look at Zimmer's team, because we looked at Zimmer's team earlier today in the show, so maybe we might have that graphic still available if so. Gianni FIFA, 17 years of age, of course, goes by the name of Cameron. If you want to find him on social media, there you go. He's from Rotterdam in the Netherlands. Hopefully, maybe could be a future Eredivisie competitor. Who knows in the near future. He went absolutely perfect, Rich. 9-0 in the qualifiers to get to this stage. On the other side of that, for Zimmer, if you don't know who Zimmer is, back-to-back Gfinity Elite Series champion. That was once upon a time with AS Roma Fnatic Esports. However, now he plays for Gothenburg, a big Swedish club, a player that they actually had his teammate, I should say, is an ex-Optole, actually featured in the Global Series last weekend, did an unbelievable run. But if people don't know, Richard, why is Sweden being spoken about so much on the PlayStation 4 recently? There's just so many new names popping up, so it seems.
Yeah, absolutely. Sort of led by Ollie Bolly on the PlayStation. He's one of the best PlayStation players in the world right now. You've also got Odilito, another Swede, won many a tournament in his previous career, including FUT Champions Cups. Zimmer was sort of the era before that. I say era in terms of like, you typically say era like 10, 15 years, but it's only a couple of years. But he was the sort of player coming up after Boras Legend. He won back-to-back Gfinity Elite Series with Fnatic and was a real sort of top player. I think he made the playoffs in FIFA 19 as well. Did Zimmer. He's had a couple of months away from the limelight. We've not seen him too much on the tournament, but if you look at that 1-11, you would argue only really getting out-teamed by Mr. Zimbu, who we saw earlier on in the tournament. Incredible squad, 1-11. Prime Petr Cech in goal as well. I'm looking forward to seeing how this team reacts when we get into the game very shortly indeed.
Yeah, it's an interesting one because, don't get me wrong, you've got Ronaldo in there in form, very expensive, very good. Neymar and Mbappe, of course, very solid and meta as well. You've got to remember, these guys are also working within restrictions of their other tournaments that take place in the Global Series, hence why maybe their teams aren't as extra stacked as Mr. Zimbo, because that team is ridiculous. But still, he's a pro player that's had a lot of experience in Zimmer, and he's one of the only players, Richard, that said if he won a tournament, he would do an R9 haircut. If you don't know what the R9 haircut is, it's all your hair off other than just this sort of little front bit here. I mean, I would love to see what Richard would look like with it one day, if we could ever...
Give it about 7-8 years, and you'll probably see the hairline will have receded that far that we could probably pull it out for not even having to win a bet or win a tournament. Did you try the R9? I know you were contemplating it, the R9 haircut.
No.
I seem to remember we went to a darts event and you were talking about getting the R9 haircut because you saw somebody with the R9 haircut.
Oh, yeah. I remember that. I think I had a picture with the guy, and I appreciated that much. I asked to have a picture with this guy who had an R9 haircut. I mean, for us working on broadcast, it probably is not the best idea to have an R9 haircut, but yeah, fair play to Zimmer.
This is much worse. This is much better at the minute.
Rich, I absolutely love your hair. You know this. Come on. The great thing about Zimmer is, Rich, is that he won that tournament in London with AS Roma Fnatic. Yes, it might have been a difficult couple of years after that and following that, but the great thing about a new FIFA is it's a new year of opportunity, and it's a long old season and competitive. And there's so many tournaments now taking place with the PlayStation Open Series being at the forefront of that. There's a lot of opportunity to practice and to get better in between qualifiers. We'll have a little look if we can. If Zimmer's moving very fast.
Clarence Seedorf, João Felix in there for his squad right now. So I'm looking forward to seeing how those two particularly feature. Neymar as well in the start 11 for Chiani. And James Tavernier in at fullback.
Yeah, I've got his team up here roughly, Rich, and of course that is subject to change before he jumped into today's tournament. But yeah, red Nick Pope in goal. From right to left at the back, it looks like James Tavernier, an informed Joe Gomez, Varane and Mendy. A standard Sissoko. I believe he is still in the... Has he been subbed out? Who's been subbed on? Maybe... I'm trying to think here. We might get to see it there.
I'm just having a quick look, actually, at his squad, because he's paused it twice. So he brought Semedo on for Sissoko. I imagine Tavernier goes into midfield.
Just confirm that as we can sort of see his team shuffle across. In whichever formation he's playing. Well, Semedo currently still being controlled in CDM. I mean, is that going to be something that changes? Mbappe with a chance for Zimmer. Early doors here. If you don't know who it's who, it will be Chiani from left to right in that purple strip. On the other side, it will be Zimmer of FC Gothenburg. from right to left here. Winner of this books a place in the semi-finals in our lower side of the bracket. We must add. But yeah, I don't know what's happening there. I don't know if that is going to be a change, because at the moment, it looks like Tavernier still is in it. Well, there you go. Now he's moved. Now he's moved. Into one of those CDM rolls. Ronaldo, back to Neymar. First chance of the game here for Zimmer. Oh, maybe a mistake at the back. Well played by Ciani. Just about get himself out of that danger. But there you go. You can see the Rangers headliner item in one of those CDM rolls.
It makes sense for Tavernier to be in midfield. I think we talked earlier about offensive and one defensive. He's certainly defensive out of himself and Clarence Seedorf. And that is an awful pass, just so I speak of Clarence Seedorf.
A couple of these at the moment from Ciani. Just a little bit of nerves. Neymar goes for the bridge touch around the corner. Well defended. And about there by Joe Gomez. Informed Joe Gomez, we must add. It's our third quarter final of the Open Series. I feel it's one of those items, that Player of the Month one, who's caused me many nightmares on Weekend League. Just needs to be pushed out in a very wide position at the moment. He's struggling to really make anything happen. Get back on the ball now. Nice little hill to hill to work out a bit of space. The ball into Ronaldo, which he's struggling with.
Looks a little bit slower, doesn't it? This particular sort of game that we're seeing right now. I think it's going to be more of a tentative affair, maybe more of a tactical match between these two.
Ronaldo into Neymar now. Still waiting for a breakthrough. Zimmer trying to dance in the box with the Brazilian winger. He's scored a handful of goals today already in the Open Series. There you go, just changed the POV. There's a little bit juttery in of the POV of Ciani. I believe we're looking at the POV this time of Zimmer. Slightly different camera angle and a different viewpoint on the game. Nevertheless, a little bit more cleaner for you guys. Chance for Ronaldo. Goes for that first time fake shot. Varane will win it. Zimmer looking the stronger of the two so far, Richard. 30 minutes played.
No, absolutely, Brandon. I think you look at the team as well. The team advantage certainly favours Zimmer. Neymar looking to get away from the defender. Smashes it in on the left foot. Left foot, right foot. Doesn't matter for Neymar.
Sort of say it's been coming, in all honesty. I don't know if it's not to pinpoint and to question the centre midfielders, but Tavernier and Seedorf have just struggled getting on the ball. And they've put a lot of pressure on that back line. Moments like this, Tavernier just stuck for options. Ball gets forced forward and then look, just suffocated. So many yellow shirts around. This could be a chance for Ciani. Rashford's got acres of space. Can he play the one more pass into Cristiano Ronaldo? It was that time. No way through. Sort of just feels like the defensive line's so high that Zimmer is just picking off these through balls and these gaps. Look at the gap on that left-hand side there. He's going to pinpoint it now. Neymar into Min Song. Neymar might take it back again. He's round the corner. Neymar's on for a second. Great save, Nick Pope.
So I've just seen as well, Brandon, the entire Team of the Year now available in packs as well. Wow. So plenty of packs about to be opened. Imagine we see a team that the player won the quarterfinal, and then between the wait between the quarterfinal and the semi-final, they go and pack a Team of the Year, and that Team of the Year just appears in the squad for the semi-finals.
I mean, that would be ridiculous. As we said, the top four, you win a game, book yourself a spot in the top four. You guarantee 12k FIFA points as well, on top of your prize earnings. So perfect timing. I'm going to purchase some of those packs. 3 minutes before the first half is provided here. A question to the Twitch chat as well, if you can hear us. If there's one Team of the Year that you could pack right now, who would it be and why? Ronaldo, heel to heel. Can't get his way around the informed Joe Gomez at the back there. You know what he wants to do, Zimmer. It's just a question of trying to pull off that final chance. He's trying to create elastico from Neymar, again running into the defenders.
Looks very nervy from Chiani, though. You saw that dink out of the back. Vieira's going to clean that up every single day of the week. We'll take us into half-time. Zimmer certainly being on top in that first half. 96% passing accuracy as well from the Swede. But at 1-0, this game is far from over at half-time.
Yeah, it certainly just feels like Gianni's a little bit being suffocated there. He's had all the pressure on him from Zimmer. Every time he goes forward, there's 3 or 4 yellow shirts of Zimmer's players who are just sort of breathing down the back of the neck of Gianni's forwards. And he struggled. I mean, as I said, I don't mean to pinpoint out Seedorf and Tavernier, but they get in on the ball and they haven't got any options in the nicest way. Next thing you know, you're having to ask a massive question of Varane and Joe Gomez every single time to defend all these players that are running at you. He's dealing with Ronaldo and Neymar and Mbappe. He's got to try and defend the best he can. And something's got to change in the second half, Richard. There's going to be any way back for Chiani. 0 shots registered, an early pause from the get-go in this second half to maybe make a tactical change or a formation change. But something's got to change, Richard.
The one opportunity he had was sort of with Marcus Rashford, where he countered. He tried playing it into the box and it just wasn't really on. But FIFA, there's a reason it's made up of 2 halves. Football's a game of 2 halves, and now he's got the opportunity to come out. Maybe the nerves have settled a little bit for him to try and get back into this game.
Zimmer to get a second. This could be a real mountain to climb for Chiani. As we said, if you don't know either of these 2 players, you've got Chiani from the Netherlands. First ever time we've seen him in the Open Series monthly final. Same for Zimmer. The difference is we know what Zimmer's achieved on his sort of resume. Lovely little reverse elastico there. Doesn't come to anything in the end. It's just the fullback getting a little bit on the winger of Neymar. Ronaldo, acres of space to drive into. He's got Varane chasing him down. Keeper tees off the line. Look for a cutback maybe. Bridge touched his way into the box. Does Cristiano Ronaldo. Comes to nothing on that occasion. Neymar, no idea what he was doing there. Tried to juggle the ball and then maybe panicked. Tried to lump the ball forward.
He went for the over-the-top through ball, didn't he? But something got to see from the film Gold rather than actually on a football pitch. What a movie, by the way.
Did you say goal?
Yeah.
The question is, which is your favourite?
It's got to be the original. Nothing beats the original,
Yeah,
mate.
true.
Going into Newcastle.
I think by goal 3 it went downhill. Here's Mbappe. Back to Ronaldo. Mbappe and Neymar linking up really well. Can't find the one more pass there. Of the humming song that's just lurking on that right-hand side. As you said, he's got a 5-star weak foot. He can offer you something in those areas.
Question is, will we see another goal in this game?
Just doesn't look positive from Chiani. Gets on the ball in the midfield, and it's how good Zimmer's been. Press, look there again. Really is suffocating any attack, any chance of the attack that Chiani wants. Could this be a chance for him now? Neymar. Back to Seedorf. He's trying to get more purple shirts into this attack and involved in the move. Ronaldo back to Neymar again. Little scoop turn. She runs into that brick wall that is Varane. Awful heavy touch there from Tavernier. Runs into a tackle by Cristiano Ronaldo. We're into the dying 20 minutes now. Might not be the most convincing performance, and maybe we might not have all the goals in the world, but the result is a result. Another goal for Zimmer here would certainly solidify that. Referee! Oh, you've got to be careful when you go down to ground there, especially with the bridge touch from Joe Gomez. And Neymar with an opportunity here to put Zimmer into a semi-final and to put this game to bed. It's Neymar that steps up. The guessing games will continue. He goes left and he scores.
Slotted in the bottom corner. I thought it was a little harsh, to be honest, on the penalty call. I didn't know if he managed to get across him. Joe Gomez and sort of pushed the ball away from the man, but I think he got man first, ball second, certainly, just clattered through of him, and slotted away with the Neymar run-up as well. Sometimes it can be a little bit sketchy, but you saw he stayed central and then went to the left. That's for the head movement. Sometimes the head movement, if you look to the right, it shows that you're going to put it to the right. He stayed middle, and then in the middle of the run-up, switched it to the left, and a great penalty slotted away.
Yeah, really good penalty. I mean, it's the best chance you're ever going to get of scoring a goal from that sort of distance. The pause comes in from Ciani. He would have hoped that he would have went into that pause only a goal down and not two, but this is the stage he's at right now. Zimmer up by 2-0. He's looked good. He's looked convincing. And he has been the better of the two players. Ciani, it's been difficult for him. I mean, going up against someone that has got the experience that Zimmer has is always going to be tough, I can assure you. When he saw the bracket run and that name was in the quarterfinals with him, he would have been like, could it have been someone else? First ever monthly finals for Ciani. It's only going to be a learning experience. We have seen comebacks before, but how Zimmer's defended. Just don't see a way through. Neymar, lovely drop of the shoulder. Maybe he can prove me wrong. Dance in the box is the Brazilian. Nice bridge touch from João Felix. So many yellow shirts back, though. Making this really difficult for Ciani. Rashford, no way through. He can whip out any skill move. Still no way through, so it seems. Bridge touch, back-to-back bridge touch. Can he find a cutback inside? Surely a goal for Ronaldo. That's a really well-taken goal.
Game on right now. Great finish. It was Marcus Rashford on the edge of the box, sort of teasing the players. A ball roll, scoop turn, and a couple of bridge touches in the area. Got to the byline, and as soon as you get to the byline, it's all about the decision-making. Do you do a double tap? Do you do a regular pass? Just talking about that, he got a goal back, and now Zimmer a chance to kill the game through 2-1. Could have been 3-1.
Is it one of those? Could he have done more there, Richard, with Neymar?
Pope just stood up to it, didn't he?
For the shot across the goal, I mean, don't get me wrong, Nick Pope didn't come off the line or anything like that. For a snapshot, great save by Nick Pope, and maybe that goal was fuel to fire. Vinci on it. That was one of the best goals I've honestly seen in terms of the build-up play. So patient in the way he played. It's a back-to-back bridge touch, then the cut back into Ronaldo. He did a lovely sort of pivot turn on the ball and smashed it into the back of the net. But really, this is in Zimmer's hands at the moment. 3 in-game minutes left, plus additional time. And this man will be not just in the prize money, but into the final 4. In the Open Series, it is in his hands, quite literally. He would have been in these scenarios before in FUT Champions games, in qualifiers. You'd like to say you would know how to see out these games, but possession's changed hands. Here comes James Tavernier. Could be a through ball. He can time this one right. Overlap into Varane. He's out of position. João Felix does very well. This could be a last-minute clutch-up from Ciani. Added time of a minute. That ball has to go forward. Back to Ronaldo, dancing in the box. He's the Portuguese forward. Neymar, can he turn back? And that should probably do us here. Referee, there you go. There's the full-time whistle. Zimmer books a place in the final 4. And you sort of ask yourself there, Richard, Ciani, a little bit too late. When he got cooking, when he started scoring that goal and when he created those chances, he looked like a completely different player. It was just, where was it? As you said, 40 minutes before that. I mean, what, 70th minute we started to see him come alive, but it was all a little bit too late from the Dutch player. And he's going to be out of the tournament with a top 8 finish. But Zimmer, just those extra couple of moments in the game which show his experience and what he's been able to achieve over the last couple of years. We're going to look at some of the highlights now from a really professional first 60, 70 minutes from Zimmer. He was all over Ciani.
As soon as Ciani went more direct and more offensive, the game really got away from him. Beautiful play look there from Cristiano Ronaldo. That could have resulted in a goal. We see Ronaldo back on the ball here. Neymar looking for that strike at the near post, and he was knocking on the door, was Zimmer. I think he's a little harsh there with the penalty call, to be honest. Neymar made no mistake from slotting it in from 12 yards out though, but Ciani didn't go quietly. Marcus Rashford, I talked about this during the game. Lovely bridge touch, and he got to the byline. That was the most important thing. On the cutback for CR7, put it in the back of the net, but too little too late from the Dutchman.
Yeah, a little bit too late. I'll agree with you on that penalty shot. It did like he won the ball, but maybe the ref says, you know what, you got a little bit of the man as well. But what a goal that was from Chiani. Unfortunately, he does fall out of the tournament with a top 8 finish. Congratulations to all our competitors. That includes S20 The Beard, Kevin 1887, Chiani, and then of course whoever loses this last game, and the rest of the 64-man bracket in the Open Series tonight. To get to the monthly finals within itself is a huge achievement. So a huge congratulations. But on to our next game now, Richard. It's going to be Joe Jonas 801 against Da Costa from Switzerland. Another German pro up against our only player from Switzerland. This is going to plan to be an exciting one. We'll have a look at their profiles in just a split second. But I'm trying to think back to the last Swiss player we saw, Richard, in a FIFA tournament.
Probably Lubo? Around... Switzerland do have a presence in FIFA esports with FC Basel through the main man Nicholas 99FC. But yeah, you would probably think Lubo, one of the biggest players to come out of Switzerland. We're seeing Da Costa's record on the screen there: 15 wins, 100% win rate, not dropped a game in the Open Series on Ultimate Team as of yet. Has the young man Da Costa?
Yeah, really convincing stuff for our only players from Switzerland. However, this man, Joe Jonas, aka known as Jonas Willenborg, 20 years of age from Germany. You can find him on social media if you want to go and drop him a follow, or any of our competitors. When we look at their player profiles, send them a tweet, send them a message, say congratulations, all good luck, depending on how their games go. 6 wins for him. It was all plain sailing in the Swiss rounds for him to get to this stage, and a really convincing start from one of our other German players, Richard. What's that? 3 German players in our final 8 today. I mean, it's surprise, Germans. They keep popping up from here, there, and everywhere. I mean, we're talking about Swedish players popping up on the PlayStation. It is always... It seems like German players are here, there, and everywhere, and especially in the Open Series.
Yeah, it was typically more Italian and Spanish players on head-to-head that were sort of dominating head-to-head FIFA. But on Ultimate Team, lots of German aspiring players, aspiring pro players coming out, getting some good reps in the Open Series and walking away with some prize money as well. And I also think, especially in Germany, Ultimate Team is much more... You look at what Megabit and Mo Wauber and people like Pro Owns have done, and that's inspirational. You look at how they have progressed in their careers, and you think, well, that's through Ultimate Team. Let me play Ultimate Team. Whereas in Italy and Spain, potentially Alfonso Ramos maybe a little bit too old to see what he did in 2011, 2013, when he was victorious in the FIFA EU World Cup for the young and upcoming players. And they're looking at MS Desari and Tex, and they might not have seen head-to-head FIFA as the real big push that it was.
No, I completely agree with you. And again, it goes to show what a lot of these pioneers have done as well in terms of space. Some of those big PlayStation names that we mentioned, such as the current E-World Cup champion in Mo Alba. You look across, as you said, to Nicholas, across the park, to all the different nations. As you said, Oli Bolli, another name on the PlayStation. Gravison, you could maybe say, is that Spanish figure. You had Jesus last weekend from Italy. What a performance he had, by the way. Went from the Open Series to winning his first ever EA Majors tournament, did the Italian Pro. As a free agent as well, which was absolutely ridiculous. If you have just tuned in, we're into our last quarter final in our monthly finals here as part of the PS4 Tournaments Open Series. If you guys want to get involved with the conversation tonight, hashtag PS4 Tournaments on social media, on Twitter. Send us a tweet, ask us a couple of questions if you want to, or some of the pros that are involved, and we'll do our best to get them answered for you. But here we go then, Richard, our last quarter final of the evening. Winner of this takes on Zimmer in our second semi-final of the evening. Couple of pauses to get going for today, and we should be underway. I mean, it's a 4-3-3. That can probably change in game, but a couple of early looks at the team. Looks like Mendy, Varane, Virgil van Dijk, was that? And then
yep,
was that
Herrera as well. I also think, Brandon, one of the competitors potentially might be listening back to the stream, because I can hear our voices right now in the game itself. But we are underway. Jadon Sancho in the team. Ousmane Dembele, Mendy, Neymar, Varane, Sergio Ramos, Clarence Seedorf as well. 2 very different teams.
Yeah, whether that is Joe Jonas or Da Costa that can hear us. I mean, good evening to you both. Good luck in your game. I think it was someone's POV we could hear. We just jumped over the opposing POV. It is Joe Jonas, as you said, from left to right in this one, Richard. And Da Costa in that Benfica strip from right to left. This is your last quarter-final of the evening. Look at some of the results that these guys have had to get to this stage. For Joe Jonas, he won 4-1 in the round of 64 against Felipe. Had to play against Serkaj from Croatia in the round of 32. Beat him 4-3, and then beat Chris 2-8, 1-0 in the round of 16 to get his spot in this quarter-final. As we said, you win this game, you're in the prize money, you guaranteed yourself a top 4 finish alongside 12,000 FIFA points. It's just all about who can hold their nerve in this last game. I mean, you've come so far, Richard, and as you said, these guys have been playing for quite a long time.
No, absolutely. Important to not burn out when you're playing this amount of games, but also keep warm. It's quite a hard balance, as crazy as it might seem, because if you just played loads of FIFA even when you're sort of in between rounds, you might have already hit your peak and you might be on a downward spiral by the time your official match comes around in the Open Series. So time management, game management, all essential in being successful.
We've got a mixture of games tonight here in the Open Series. Games that have been full of goals, others that are a little bit more quiet. First one of the day was one of those games. He finished by a 0-0. Really tight of that. Who's going to have the first say in this game? You've got the battle. The two Dutch midfielders in there. Rijkaard on one side, Clarence Seedorf on the other. Could be a chance now for Joe Jonas with Neymar. Can he burst round the defender? Well defended at the back. Patient defended from Virgil van Dijk. Those are Dutch players in the team. They've had to be squeezed in to get that chemistry to Kleber.
And Robin, yeah.
João Felix. Get around the corner. Struggle to have any success. I mean, Jadon Sancho's another one. Is that a record breaker, Jadon Sancho, I believe, in at right midfield?
Yeah, you would imagine so. It's the record breaker. No other Jadon Sancho foot item being released that you'd put in there. I can't see it just being the regular Jadon Sancho, in all honesty.
Yeah, I can just see it in front of me. It is that record breaker one. Which, I mean, Jadon Sancho's original problem was his pace, so that record breaker injecting a little bit more.
Actually packed him, believe it or not.
Did he stay in the club, or was he on his way straight away?
He was shipped out for some coins in the club. Best pack pull this year, Brandon, and also Twitch chat and YouTube comments.
For me, it was the red picks. Wilfred Zaha and Joe Gomez in a goal 2 finish. The 1 week where we all did well. We all profited well of red picks.
I'm trying to think myself. In terms of how much I sold a player for, I packed Neymar on Christmas Eve from my rewards the previous week, and I sold him for about 850,000.
It's a nice little Christmas tree, wasn't it?
Yeah, Christmas came early in the Buckley household. Because in the pack before that, I got Messi untradeable.
Could be a chance here, Richard. He's onside Mbappe. Acres of space for Joe Jonas. Surely going to go for a sweaty. Doesn't need it. Waiting for the goalkeeper movement. Out of the simple ball roll to his game. And Mbappe can run away as the scorer. 34 minutes in. We do have a breakthrough. And it's one of those through balls again, Richard. If you time it well, you can cause nightmares for your opponent. And when you've got a good finisher as well, like an Mbappe or a Ronaldo, like anyone, to be honest, that these guys are using as their out-and-out strikers, you're going to score goals and you're going to guarantee that you're going to get into dangerous areas like that.
Very dangerous high line, wasn't it? Mbappe broke the offside trap, galloped in on goal, and the goalkeeper movement had to come out from Alisson, but he just moved the wrong way and made up the mind of Mbappe not to pass but to shoot into the gaping near post. and a 1-goal lead for Mr. Joe Jonas. Prime Rijkaard in midfield for Da Costa.
There's Mbappe. Once he dropped the shoulder, I mean, one thing that I genuinely would love to know, Rich, and I don't know if it's whether it's the case of these are mid-icon or base icon packs that these guys have opened, and or just just general icon packs that they've had in the past, or these are good pack pools. But I don't look at Seedorf and I don't look at Rijkaard as icons that I would say, you know what, I'd love them in my team.
Seedorf is very good, I have to admit. Clarence Seedorf is very, very good. The 85 and also the 88. But I completely agree with Frank Rijkaard. I don't feel like Rijkaard is an icon that I'm salivating at the mouth to get into my team.
Could be a chance for the player that is using Rijkaard. He was heavily involved in that from the chance. Half time between these two. Da Costa, he's down by a goal to nil. And Jonas is up by a single goal to nil. Speaking of that goal a second, Richard, it was a lovely through ball, and what was potentially going to happen was a sweaty goal, as many would say. The ball across the box. It was a little ball roll. There was a little bit of goalkeeper movement as well, which for me, for a split second, I thought he was going to get there. But by that point, he opened up all the space, and it was just an open net to tap the ball into for Mbappe.
Yeah, we'll have a look at that goal actually after the game's finished, and we'll break it down in a little bit more detail, because there are a couple of things that I just want to highlight before it even went in, up to the finish, because it was sort of smart thinking at the right time for Joe Jonas. But great finish from Mbappe in that 4-2-2 formation. You look at the front two, Mbappe and Neymar, they are the two key men for him. You want to get the ball in around Neymar and Mbappe, and really things will start to happen.
He'll try and get that goal saved for you at the end of the game, Richard, so you can break it down. Might look like a simple goal to many, but so many things you're thinking at the exact moment as a FIFA player. Do you pass it across goal? Do you use a ball roll? What skill move do you use? Fortunate enough for Joe Jonas, he could be on for a second with Mbappe. Oh, a little bit too heavy, though. Alisson, he wasn't comfortable in that either. He had to stick out a right boot. Goes up for a throw-in. Pressure will remain on for Da Costa. Whoever wins this books a day in the semi-finals against Zimmer. Winner of that guarantee themselves $300 alongside a place in the grand final tonight.
João Felix just trying to force the play right there for Da Costa. He's not looked comfortable in this game, I have to admit.
It's moments like this where we got to see a bit more from him. Mane into Felix. That's nice. Lovely drag back. João Felix with an unbelievable strike into the left-hand corner.
That is exactly what he needed right there. João Felix smashed into the top left corner. The player of the moment for João Felix, with a moment of magic.
And a huge, huge goal. It's so important for him. We're calling for something from Da Costa. Haven't seen too much from him, but the one time when he needed to, Sadio Mane. Lovely turn on the ball, back to João Felix. Lovely little drag back. And an even better strike into the left top corner, which kept that net rustling.
I think the big thing is, as well, Brandon, we talked about the composure. He showed his composure right there. The drag back made the goal from an 85 to a 99% chance. As soon as he turned it back onto his right boot, inside the box, outside of that trivela, great finish.
Let's see how that goal's actually helped. Costa there. It's often when you get a goal, suddenly have a little bit more fire in your belly. She said more composure in the final third, a little bit more belief. You are good enough. Here comes Sadio Mane now. That's João Felix, the only goal scorer so far. He'll just interchange with Herrera. Start for João Felix. Lovely drop back. João Felix! It's a João Felix masterclass right now.
We are seeing the very best of the Portuguese man right now. Great play inside the box. Sort of just getting the ball to João Felix as much as possible, cut inside on that right boot, and whipped the finesse shot into the bottom left corner. And now, maybe a roll of the dice needed. Jadon Sancho and also Hervin Lozano coming on.
I mean, he got into the area, which when you're in the box with a player like João Felix, he has got unbelievable finishing statistics. Where's he going? Where's he finessing it? Where's he hitting the ball? He's hit both corners, Richard. The left top and the right bottom. Brilliant strike. Couple of changes now. Alessandrini for Dembele. Adama Traore for N'Golo Kante. I'm guessing that will be the foot freeze. Adama. Because there needs to be a reaction. And then Lozano on top. How about that for a 3?
A very pacey triple sub right there.
All attacking players that are going to inject a lot of pace. So Adama Traore will be sort of your box-to-box midfielder too. What a turnaround from 1-0 down in this game. Costa of Switzerland. Looks like he could be about to turn this one around. Unless Neymar can do even better. Well defended that. Great block. Into another pause now. 20 minutes left. We are going to go straight into the POV of Joe Jonas, Richard. 4-2-2 he looks in at the moment. And a couple of tactical changes.
He really should have passed that, in all honesty. He did the reverse elastico and he had his blinders on. He was all focused on the goal. Just to his right-hand side, he had a pass that was open, probably about 8 yards out. All he had to do was roll it into his path. Didn't see him, went for the near post. Great opportunity.
Whips in towards the back post. Could be headed back across goal. And Adama Traore is in front of his man there. That could have easily been an equaliser. Gio De La Feu. He's off the bench. Back to Robin. Can he finesse it in? He went for it. Great save. Parried away.
So dangerous, Robin. As soon as he cuts in on that left foot, just as he did in real life. Terrorising defenders. You know what he wants to do. It's another thing stopping it.
Through ball. This is where he's been dangerous. Joe Jonas. And Mbappe's got acres of space and a lot of pace. Fortunately, just couldn't offload it into the players there. Just 10 minutes left in this one. Winner plays Zimmer. In the final 4. Can he whip that? Look at the space. Robin into Herrera of all people. From centre midfielder to centre forward. The Mexican can make it 3-1. And it's an absolute mountain to climb for Joe Jonas now. 20 minutes left, Richard. Is it all gone?
Road to the final, Hector Herrera, right place, right time, just with a simple glancing header at the near post. We've just seen a completely different player in this second half, Brandon. He's come out, maybe the shackles have been off a little bit, maybe the nerves have settled, but an outstanding second half performance from Da Costa.
The one thing that we've wanted to see more is João Felix get on the ball more. He hasn't just got on the ball, Rich. He's bagged 2 goals. And his good friend and teammate, Atletico Madrid, has also got on the score sheet. Hector Herrera scoring one of the easiest goals he'll find. Lovely cross into the box. An easy tap-in header, and it's a 2-goal cushion with 16 game minutes left. For me, I just don't see there being any way back into this game. It will be a commiserations to Joe Jonas. Another German leaves the tournament, and our only Swiss player looks to book. Oh, well, what a save. What a save from Alisson. I mean, it's one of those, isn't it? That normally goes into the top corner off the save, but this time it was onto the woodwork. Lovely bridge touch. Mbappe, chance, goal. Maybe. Okay, maybe there might be one chance.
Just looking the bridge touch, did it twice there. Mbappe with the goal coming out of the back of the bridge. The save from Alisson before it was incredible. This game's not over yet.
Neymar there nearly pickpocketed the defender. This is really In the hands of Da Costa to see out.
Straight to the corner.
Minute of additional time, and that will do us. It will be Switzerland against Sweden. Zimmer against Da Costa. In your semi-finals, referee conclude the game towards the back post if he can get one more goal. And that should do us. There you go. Congratulations to Da Costa there. A brace from João Felix. Then Hector Pereira, of all players, jumping up and tapping that into the back of the net, all the way from centre mid to centre forward, Richard. It was a late goal at the end, and I mean, a late chance. You look at that chance that was saved onto the post, and then Mbappe have a great bridge touch into the back of the net, but a little bit too late, as we've seen many a time, so it seems. And when you play best of one formats, there isn't a second chance. There isn't a what if. You've got to do it now, and you've got to act quickly, because before you know it, time's going to run out, and you're going to be out of the Open Series. Yeah,
absolutely. Too little, too late right there, but it was a fantastic second half performance in particular. But I want to take you back, Brandon, to the first half. It was the first goal that was actually scored in this matchup. We're going to have a look at it right now. I'm going to break it down to you because you see he moves forward, Karen Seedorf. If we just stop it right now, Mbappe, he's played a 1-2 pass. So the ball's gone into Neymar. He then knows that Neymar has the offensive capability, the vision and the passing to play that back through into Mbappe. That's a simple L1X. You trigger the run with Mbappe, he runs off the ball. We're just going to let this clip play on a little bit because this is where decision making is important. You're one-on-one with Mbappe. We'll stop it right now. He has an opportunity. He can either pass it square, as we see a lot of players would do, and you tap it into an empty net. But he is looking in particular at the goalkeeper. He's looking at the goalkeeper movement of Alisson. Is he going to move? Is he going to stand still? We see he makes the correct decision in the end. We'll finish off the clip. He moves the goalkeeper to this side, meaning that the empty net is there at the near post. That is how to maximise your one-on-one capability in a final third breakaway.
I mean, you're probably thinking, Richard, you got spoiled at Christmas, didn't you? What's this new tool you're using? Of course, looking to enjoy some more of those breakdowns from our very own Richard Buckley and those big moments. But you're absolutely right. Just caught the man off guard, wasn't he? That back line, Mbappe had acres of space, and it was a guessing game at the back. Did he play the pass, or did he go for the ball roll and wait for that little bit of goalkeeper movement? But we're into our final four now. That is your final eight. Into your final four. Commiserations to the four that left, and congratulations to the four that are now in the prize pot. They've guaranteed themselves all 12,000 FIFA points, and they will be up next in our semi-finals. We've got Zimbo, Mustara Abachi, Zimmer, and of course the man that just won that game, Da Costa. What a game it was again. The great thing I've loved about this, Richard, it's all been so different. All the teams are still so different. We're on Ultimate Team now. We're not on head-to-head anymore, so it's not going to be a case of, are we guessing it's going to be France-Liverpool in the final? It's going to be a complete mixed bag of players and teams that are being used. For me, team of the day, I mean, it's stacked as can be, but it's got to be that first man in the tournament. Unbelievable from the German player. Ridiculous.
Pele, R9, Hully, they're all in there. If you fancy yourself at Ultimate Team, I can see you in the chat right now. I can see you talking to your friends. Oh yeah, I'd beat these. Come and show us. Come and prove yourself. Compete.playstation.com. Completely free to enter. All you have to do, link your PlayStation and your ESL account, and you can literally be here in a month's time with me and Brandon breaking down your gameplay. Compete.playstation.com. Sign up. Follow all the TOS, and you can be here competing.
Yeah, it's that easy. I think it's time that me and Richard took a quick break anyway. We're going to go and get a drink and freshen up for these semi-finals. Do not go anywhere. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes' time for our semi-finals here in the Open Series monthly finals.
So many world-famous players, they started online.
We are good to go for our first match of the stream.
We're here for FIFA 20 action.
Who's going to be the overall grand final victor? The next PlayStation FIFA superstar.
I think the level of play that we're currently looking at, and it's fantastic. No one leaves today empty-handed.
PlayStation.
On February 5th, the PS4 tournaments will be celebrating, well, you.
PlayStation is hosting the FGC Arcade.
a massive celebration for the fighting game community that will feature our top pros
and awesome commentators, like me.
Like yours truly.
Like myself.
And we'll be showcasing a wide variety of fighting games. Mortal Kombat 11 Ultimate.
Soul Calibur 6.
Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle.
Under Night Inbirth EXE Late Claire. There will be some intense matchups.
All the top level play you could possibly imagine.
And more.
So make sure that you tune in on February 5th.
See what fighting game shenanigans unfold.
And of course, plenty more to look forward to.
PlayStation.
Hello everybody, Brandon Smith and Richard Buckley here to talk to you about FIFA Ultimate Team. No doubt the most popular game mode on FIFA 21. But Richard, what is FIFA Ultimate Team?
Ultimate Team is the football fan's dreamland. You earn coins and rewards through completing matches and objectives, which then in turn allow you to upgrade your team. But before we start using Messi or Maldini, let's start at the very beginning, on your road to the top.
So when you start your FIFA Ultimate Team journey, you'll need to choose a nationality for your starter pack. Depending on the nationality you choose, this will have a direct effect on the theme of your team. After deciding your nationality, you'll firstly see your highest rated player in your team. And who knows, if you like him, maybe he'll even be your club captain. Alongside receiving your star player, you'll be given a full squad including a starting 11, substitutes, and even a couple of reserves. It's now your job to turn from player to manager and to restructure that team into the way that you want it to look. Think about formation, how you'd like it to play, and even building up your team's chemistry. Now you've got your final team reshuffled and ready to go, you'll need to choose a club crest alongside a home and away kit. This will be your identity on the virtual pitch. And finally, FIFA Ultimate Team is all about being creative and making your FUT club personal to you. So why not change your club name and abbreviation before heading into your first official FUT match? Now that's all done, Rich. What's next?
Before we get into the games, I want to talk to you about FIFA coins. This is the currency of Ultimate Team. Players, managers, and consumables are all purchased via these coins through the transfer market. However, coins are precious and need to be handled with care. So the next time you're going to buy a big player, think of your old pal Richard Buckley and please look at stats. Do not waste coins. Okay, preaching is over right now. Let's get into the gameplay. There's a couple of different game modes that you can play in FIFA 21. We've got online and we've got offline. We're going to start with offline. Let's look at squad battles. This is where you'll play against other real-life player squads. However, it will be the AI controlling their teams. You pick your difficulty that you want to play on. Beginner being the easiest. Ultimate being a real tough test, even for the top elite players in the world. After completing a game of squad battles, you'll receive squad battle points. This will then place you on a leaderboard with every other player in the world competing on squad battles. By the end of the week, you will get rewards for your placement on the squad battles leaderboards. 40 matches per week can count, so make sure in those 40 games you're picking the right difficulty for the team selected. We've played offline, now let's play online. Division Rivals is the bread and butter of any FIFA player. You get placed into a division where you'll play against other players in your division. It's as simple as that. The ultimate sparring practice for any FIFA player. But before you get placed into a division, you have to play 5 placement matches. This will determine if you are in Division 2 or Division 8. After you play your 5 placement matches, you will get a healthy coin bonus. This coin bonus can then be used down the line in purchasing players or different upgrades for your team via the transfer market. And look, maybe when you feel a little bit more comfortable and you've played a couple of hours of Division Rivals, you've accumulated them Division Rivals points, you might be knocking on FUT Champions' door.
So now you're well underway in your FIFA Ultimate Team journey. We've guided you through the best ways to generate coins whilst also providing you with the basic skills to develop your starter team before taking it to the virtual pitch. As always, let us know in the comments how your FUT journey is going this year on FIFA 21, and who knows, maybe myself or Richard will see you in the Weekend League very soon.
PlayStation.
Welcome back to the PlayStation Open Series monthly finals for January. My name is Brandon Smith and joining me as always is Richard Buckley. We've just seen our 4 quarter-final matches played there and I hope you enjoyed those last couple of sort of minutes as well. We're speaking about Ultimate Team. If you are brand new to Ultimate Team, you don't know how to start out, hopefully those videos helped you on your way to building your fortunes on Ultimate Team. This is the bracket, Richard, as we left. We've had some great games to kick things off, some really tight ones as well. Look across the board, all the games have only been won by a single goal today.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that just goes to show the level of competition certainly stepping up in the Open Series as well, Brandon. And these semi-finals could be explosive. Musti Arabachi up against Zimbu and also Zimmer against Da Costa. Great comeback for Da Costa in that final quarter-final matchup. 1-0 down, turned it around and won 3-2 in the end with a late consolation for his opponent. So the result, I think, had already sort of gone through mentally in his head. He checked out almost. He knew he was into the semi-finals, but this is where the prize money really starts to play a difference.
Yeah, it does. For me, I'm looking forward to this game. Ex-Zimbo against Musti Arabachi. Musti Arabachi, a previous Open Series champion when we were on head-to-head, now we're on Ultimate Team. But Ex-Zimbo, that guy has got Team of the Day. An unbelievable stack team, the most expensive team. We asked you guys in the chat who would win. I mean, I don't know if you guys just love this man's team or not. 70% of you said that Ex-Zimbo was going to come out on top. Remember, do stay tuned in both of our chats on YouTube or on Twitch. We'll be throwing a couple of polls your way where you guys can have your say in terms of whatever questions we're going to throw at you, whether it's a match winner, whether it's if you like this, if you like that, we'll be throwing some mixture of things at you over the course of tonight and our North American bracket. But do we want to just say a prediction of how much that man's team's worth, Richard? It's ridiculous. He's got R9, he's got Hullet, he's got Pele, he's got Team of the Year Ramos. It's like a Christmas list.
I mean, I'd be lucky to get one of those presents for Christmas. R9's about 7.5, Hullet's 5, Pele's 5. What's that? 15 mil already, 17 mil. Ramos is 2 mil. Probably about 26, 27 million coins, I would say, roughly. Taking in consideration the inflation on the prices as well, what he paid to what they're worth now. He probably paid more if he got Hullet a couple of months ago, if he got R9 a couple of months ago, with how the transfer market's been ducking and diving throughout Team of the Year. But an incredible team. Didn't really show it in the first game, if we're being completely honest. It was 81st minute goal, I think, that took him through to the semi-finals right now. It's going to have to be a better performance if he wants to get past Musti.
Yeah, it's going to have to be a much better performance. As we said, these are all best of one games too, and you saw it just from that last 4 matches in the quarterfinals. We had a 1-0, 2-1, 2-1, 3 goals to 2. I mean, I did say there was going to be goals, but where the competition has been so tightly contested tonight, there hasn't been as many goals as we thought there would have been. You win this game, though, Richard, it's not just the grand final spot. You're guaranteed at least $300. The way that the Open Series is formulated is that if you make it to a grand final, because it's such a long road over the month, you're guaranteed decent money, even if you lose the final. If you win the final, you get $400. If you lose the final, you get $300. And on top of all of that, Richard, you get 12,000 FIFA points too, which, as we said, Team of the Year is officially all out in packs tonight. It's the time to get those packs open and fingers crossed, get yourself a cheeky Team of the Year.
Do we even know if that's a Team of the Year Bruno as well in midfield? I think the 92 Player of the Month, I would imagine. But if that's a Team of the Year Bruno, it's another 4 million coins there.
I mean, from what he said in before the tournament, it wasn't. However, as you said, Team of the Years can be purchased and packed, so anything can happen. But no, look at it. It's actually the Player of the Month, Bruno.
Still, an incredible foot item.
We are underway. Zimbo from left to right in this one. Musti Arabachi kicking from right to left in the white strip. Winner of this books a place in the grand final. Blanc into Ronaldo, just a little bit too heavy there. Can't find the feet of the forward he was looking for. We'll get a second bite at the cherry if it isn't for that man again at the back. This time Joe Gomez. Mbappe, just one of the options in that. Incredible. 6 players he's got there. I have to remind you again, that's mid R9. Pele in the team.
Ridiculous.
Rude
isn't it?
Hullet. Ronaldo's going to be just offside there. A little bit too keen off the mark already. Had an end-to-end start to this game we have. I mean, even the back line. Team of the year, Ramos. It's 88 Varane he's got there as well, the Champions League variant. What a team. Could be a chance around the corner. Ronaldo just bunges his way past. Good right back there. A chance to break away for Mr. Yarabachi, who is rocking an Alessandrini in his attacking third. Might not have all the icons in the world. He's gone for this man who's an unbelievable little foot item. Decent midfield duo. Zidane and Blanc. An all-icon midfield duo. And then along his back line. Donnarumma in goal. Theo Hernandez.
Again,
It's one of the centre-back spots.
It's not a bad team, is it?
Of course, Ronaldo's still in there. Mbappe, Neymar. I mean, all the 3 key players are there. Chance for Neymar. Drops the shoulder. Can he find the ball towards the back post? It's Cliver. Earning his money. Just put his body in the way, in all honesty. It wasn't really a tackle or an interception.
Heroic defending from Kleiber. Right place, right time. Just getting anything on the ball.
Fortunate for him, it worked out very well. Mbappe, lovely bridge touch. There's a pocket of space there in the centre of the field if he can find it. Zidane, can he tee in Ronaldo? Zidane, lovely bridge touch on his own. Oh, wow. Not just a midfielder, but a goal scorer as well.
Obviously, we are playing in the friendlies game mode as well, so loan players don't lose their matches on them, meaning that loans are done more than acceptable to be used.
Well, it was meant to be informed Valverde, Richard, as the sort of starting lineup, but as you said, he would have thought, why not add him into the team? Here's R9 looking for an equaliser. Goes for a lack of raquettes for me. There could have been an option on that left-hand side for Neymar to make that run.
I think he just should have shot with R9, to be honest. He got inside the box. He could have just hit it straight across the keeper.
Neymar. Dancing in the box. Back to Ronaldo. He'll also drop the shoulder. Can he find the shot at the near post? Cut it back inside. This is beautiful from Musti Arabachi. Maybe a slightly fortunate bounce back for Alessandrini, but he doesn't care. Because he leads by 2-0 right now.
Musti looks incredible right now. The ball all scooped in, down the byline. Perfect use of the dribbling mechanics in FIFA 21. Got very fortunate with the bounce falling to Alessandrini, but he deserved the goal.
The way he was moving, Richard, the combinations were unbelievable. You might have all these icons, but he doesn't really care at the moment. R9 might be a fortunate finish. It's a offside call. Brilliant first 35 minutes here from Musti Arabachi. Not just a head-to-head FIFA Pro. Glad it's been able to transition over to Ultimate Team, no problem at all. Here comes Mbappe, back-to-back bridge touches. Showing how effective that skill move can be. Blanc to Zidane. Around the corner to Cristiano Ronaldo, still just about with possession. If he gets a third before half-time here, Richard, this could be game over.
No, absolutely. I mean, you look at how he also scored those 2 goals. They weren't exactly fluky goals. It was well-worked moves by Musti. He looks the player in the driver's seat right now.
Oh, he could be on for a third. Ronaldo! I hate to say we cursed it, but this has been a 45 minutes to remember from Musti Arabachi. clinical when he's needed to be. And at half-time, he leads by 3 goals to nil. What a statement. This man is sent out. This isn't the round of 64. This isn't the round of 13. This is the semi-finals, Richard Buckley. He leads by 3 goals to nil.
The most convincing, comfortable performance we've seen in the entire tournament up to date right now. It's been one-way traffic from minute 1 to minute 45, and really there's no... I don't see any answer back for Zimbu, as bad as it may sound.
I think he's saying you can have your R9 and your Pele and your Hullet. I'm 3 goals to nil up here at the moment. I don't think there's any way back. And well, looking at the POV of Zimbu, he's not changing anything. He's keeping it this way. He still believes in his team. I mean, don't get me wrong. As we said, Ultimate Team, the game can flip on its head at any point. 3 goals to nil with a player that literally seems full of confidence. Looking for a 4th. Will he get a 4th for a split second? I thought Neymar was going to be peeling off the centre-back there, Varane. Nearly was that chance. Very, very good first 45 hit. Win this, you're in a grand final. You're guaranteed $300. First ever.
Not clicked, has he, in all honesty, Brandon? Zimbu in this game. We said he was quite fortunate to get through his quarter-final, but in this game he's been, dare I even say, outclassed.
Forget R9's on the pitch in the nicest way. Because he has not done anything. Mbappe, is it time for a 4th? Maybe a little bit too cocky there on the box. Tried to whip out some sort of skill move. But there's white shirts everywhere. Mr. Arabachi, no way through. 56 minutes on the clock. Still 3 goals to nil. Time for a game plan change. Lovely ball over the top. Pele will try and latch onto it, but at the moment it's a little bit too easy. At the back for Mr. Arabachi. He's had nothing to deal with, in all honesty. Switch of play. Mbappe, has he got the legs on Kleber? Quick from it.
Just looks calm.
Turns there from Zidane, who's, let's not forget, has been also on the score sheet. Could be a chance for a 4th now. Ronaldo. I think at this point he's enjoying himself.
Yeah, and I mean, for as much as we credit Musti's performance here, do you have to sort of say Zimbu? I mean, he's not played to his potential whatsoever, but he's just not put any pressure on him, really, has it?
I can't honestly remember a proper chance other than one in the first half. I mean, could be many factors to why he's had to wait 3 games since playing his first quarter-final.
That's nice.
Lovely bridge touch. Come on, this is Ronaldo. He's got to find the back of the net. Ronaldo! Oh, what a save from Donnarumma, even with a ball roll. To try and make some sort of angle to create something. The Italian keeper came out the quickest and made a great block into Ronaldo. Another chance, and there's a goal. There is a goal eventually.
Potentially a comeback on the cards here for Zimbu. It's going to require a lot. It's also not only offensively going to require a lot, but I think defensively Musty is going to have a real lapse of concentration if he was to get back into this game. But switching to a 4-4-2, you see the width and depth being ramped all the way up to 8 notches out of 10, meaning that back 4, that midfield, are going to be very high, looking to press in packs and win the ball back. It's going to be a big ask. I'll just say that. It's going to be a big ask.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one. I mean, but we've seen Ultimate Team games. They can really just change with a click of the fingers. Here we go then. Big goal. R9 couldn't score. He had to give it to the other Ronnie on the field. Cristiano Ronaldo to get himself back into the tie. 90 minutes left on the clock. Mr. Arabachi still leads by 3-1. However, attacking change is made by Zimbu. Got to get R9 onto the ball more. Use those bridge touches. Be creative in the final third because he's already seen what he's capable of. Pele. Back to Bruno Fernandes. Here's R9. Chance towards the back post. Is it a little bit too far? Lovely bridge into Cristiano.
Well. 2 goals in 5 minutes. And now Zimbu starting to cook with gas.
Wow.
Just...
Is that how you treat a player? It's just scored 2 goals for you? Apparently so.
I don't get that. I don't get it. He's on his hat-trick. Mr. Reliable. And you bring him off.
Forget the match ball now. And maybe he's thinking, I'm actually getting a lot of success on an overload. On that left-hand side. I'll bring on Heung-min Song. The best thing that Mustafa Arabachi can do now is go and score. Go and score. Take the pressure off your shoulders. And get a 2-goal cushion back behind you. Ronaldo, back to goal. Can't get around the defender there. Well played by Tibadia Ramos. We're into the last 10 minutes here. We're about to see one of the best comebacks so far in the Open Series for 2021. I don't know, it's only our first month. However, this man will be full of confidence right now. Into R9. Still R9. Pele's also there. Back to Heung-min Song. Could be a chance for him. Tries to jump his way past to the fullback. Back to Pele. Pele, bridge touch. What a save.
Rebound.
On the rebound. Oh, no. R9, he was waiting for it, Rich, and he just couldn't get his foot on the ball.
Just edged off the ball by the defender.
Ronaldo had to rush it, didn't he? Possession will change hands once again. Pele. Can he get that ball into R9? He's teeing his run on the edge of the box. Fantastic dribbling into Bruno Fernandes of all people. Pele's also there. Fantastic tackle at the back there. And to be honest, that could win you a game, Richard, and it could send you into a grand final. And he could be on his way. Neymar to conclude the tie. Tries to go on his own. One of the best finishes he's ever going to score. Wow. Has he got time? We've played the minute. That should do us. Get the ball out of play for Mustafa Arabachi, who makes it into another Open Series Grand Final. Last time he was there, he was a champion.
I mean, the chance were there with R9 to potentially send us into extra time. He just got edged off of it by the defender. But a great game. I mean, he had no right to be a great game with 20 minutes left to play and 3-0 down. But he nearly got back into it.
He nearly did, and what a game it was, as he said to the neutral there. Congratulations to both of our semi-finalists, Richard, and commiserations, unfortunately, to that man in ex-Zimbo, crashes out the tournament. But he went 3-0 up in this game. Quite a fortunate finish here. Alessandrini, right place, right time to make it 2. And then we said if there was 3 goals before half-time, this would be ridiculous. Mr. Arabachi bagged 3 goals, and then on the 70th minute, the goal started to fly in the other way, Richard, and we nearly had a comeback.
We really did. R9 Ronaldo out wide to CR7. Bridge touch down the line, smashed past the goalkeeper. And then this chance right here, Heung-min Son was inside the box. Went for the rainbow flick, got quite fortunate with it. Pele, bridge, smashed past the goalkeeper. Donnarumma and Mendy just put a hand on the Ronaldo and edged him out of it. And in the end, Musti Arabachi edges past Zimbu 3-2. And we'll be going in to our grand final. Guaranteed $300 to his name. We've got to find who will be joining him.
Yeah, we have to indeed. I mean, you look back to that chance of Arnold. That's the chance that is going to haunt that man tonight, because don't know what happened. R9 sort of just dropped off, and as you said, fell on Mendy. Like, there was definitely some sort of contact there. Just gave him a little push or a little nudge to say, you're not getting on the end of that. Because any other time, that's just an automated run that your player makes, where he positions himself in the right place, and that's a guaranteed goal. We could be still calling extra time at this moment. But commiserations, of course, to him. He goes out of the tournament. There will still be a third place game a little bit later on as well, so do not worry, that game will take place very, very soon. But congratulations to Musti Arabachi. He did it last year in 2020 on head-to-head FIFA. He's back for 2021 on our new Ultimate Team format, and the man is still getting results. Let's turn our attentions to this game, Richard, that is now below us. It's Zimmer against Da Costa from Switzerland. Zimmer, a player that we know very well in the competitive landscape. We put a poll out to you guys on the Twitch chat. You boys spoke and voted and had your say. We'll wait to see how that vote did come in. But Da Costa's game especially, Richard, was an interesting one because he didn't start very well, but then second half he came out like a completely different player, turned the game on its head and got an absolute unbelievable result, in all honesty.
Yeah, he came out flying out of the traps in the second half, got that goal to make it one apiece, and then just built and built. And in the end, he was very comfortable with the victory. It does say 3-2, but it was a 90th minute consolation goal, so 3-1, the game was pretty much over when Da Costa did concede that second goal. But to turn a game around after being 1-0 down to lead 3-1 in a one-legged game of FIFA is very, very impressive. And I think that goes to show his resiliency as well and his mental fortitude to see that the game's going away from him, come out in the second half a completely different player and really put the sword to his opponent.
Yeah, and if the players aren't ready yet to jump into this next game, we could have a look at Zimmer's team. I know we looked at it a little bit earlier tonight on the broadcast. There's a number of restrictions that more of our pro players that have played in these tournaments have been used to, which is not so many icons, not so many players above a certain 90 rating, in all honesty. And we're going to be straight into the game even better. So that's why I look at Zimmer's team. Zimmer's team's good, but when I look at other teams that we've seen with all these icons, I think
playing under the restrictions. Yeah. Playing under the restrictions for the squad right there of Zimmer, but he is an incredible FIFA player nonetheless, Brandon.
Well, if you missed the results that these two had earlier in tonight's tournament, could be a chance earlier for Zimmer. Ronaldo was on his own there, and penalty? Ref? Okay. Zimmer, I don't know what he's paying the referee, but he's had 2 penalties today in the Open Series. Up cups Neymar again. Is he going to go the same way? Goes down the middle, it's saved. Wow.
Big call from the referee to give the early penalty. He went straight down the middle and he read it.
Chance for Neymar. Forget the penalty. Put that to the back of my mind. I've just scored a goal. My apologies. It was Cristiano Ronaldo, the man that actually won the penalty, but Zimmer, he's had 2 penalties in 2 games, Richard Buckley.
Great finish from Ronaldo. The La Croqueta super cancel inside the box. Looked to fake it with the full La Croqueta. Stopped it midway half through the skill move. The super cancel is something where you can interrupt any pass, shot or skill move by tapping L2 and R2 at the same time, and you'll exit out of the skill move. You get some really good animations, and you can also fool defenders, just as Zimmer did right there.
Well, a brilliant start from Zimmer, but as I wanted to touch upon, Zimmer won his last game 2-1. It was a really sort of narrow last 20 minutes in that game. He's gone for the player lock to try and angle the right player onto the ball. Heung-min Song still in possession for him. We go into a pause early doors. I think this was actually cued by Da Costa. Ooh. I don't know what he's changed. Whatever it is, it's been done in seconds.
It was a very quick change, whatever it was.
We have to remind you, this is your semi-final. You win this game, guaranteed $300 and a place in the final 2. Da Costa probably crying out for a free kick there. Follow Mendy did look fouled. Back to Neymar. Could be a chance. Is it going to be 2? It's too easy for Zimmer at the moment. 40 minutes in, and it's a 2-goal scoreline.
We've just seen a very comfortable victory in the first semi-final, Brandon, up to where there was 2 late goals scored. Are we going to see it repeat again and one of our semi-finalists cruise his way to a grand final?
Well, I mean, this time it's even earlier. Last game it was 3 goals by the 45th minute. Zimmer Bit of an onslaught at the moment. Looking for a third. Mbappe. Try and get away from play for everything the referee's giving it at the moment. Seems like it's falling in the hands of Zimmer. Like quite a soft tackle there. Back to Mendy. He's got to be careful, he doesn't get out of position. Neymar trying to have a guessing game with Da Costa at the back. Oh, he's dancing! And what a goal that is!
Neymar, once again, incredible for Zimmer. Post-queued after 19 in-game minutes by Da Costa. We're seeing the POV of Zimmer right now. He's playing a 4-3-3 third variation.
I mean,
Da Costa has to change out of that. To change out of that if he wants to have any success in this game.
This is not a plan you expect to hit at all, Richard, to be 3-0 down in 20 in-game minutes in a semi-final. Something's got to change, and something's got to change now.
I can't help but agree.
Well, Hector Herrera, Richard, we were saying he was a hero last game. Unfortunately, his semi-finals only lasted 21 minutes.
As bad as it may sound, you have to take drastic measures. Ansu Fati, you see on the left here, Kappa as well in midfield. Team advantage certainly to Da Costa. Sadio Mane introduced onto the pitch. But Zimmer just looks so comfortable right now.
Maybe people out there thinking, you know, you're speaking about Zimmer such a high regard. It's because this guy is a previous champion. He's been in the scene for a handful of years now, still is in the scene. Played in playoffs, he's been involved in so many tournaments. Oh my God, for a split second there, Virgil van Dijk nearly just stitched up his own goalkeeper. And that could have been 4 goals to 0. Certainly also it would have been. Chance to forget about. João Felix, he was the hero last game. Into Ansu Fati, someone else that's just been introduced off the bench to try and inject something into that front four. Here we go, Neymar. He's had such a joyful day already. Neymar looking for goal number 4. Ball roll, fake shot around the goalie. That's a huge block from Virgil van Dijk there to ensure that isn't 4-0.
Off the line, literally, it doesn't get much easier. Right now, for Zimmer, just being completely honest, he could be 5-0 up, Brandon, inside the first 30 minutes.
It's just how good he's been with Neymar, especially. See him pick up the ball now, the skill moves that he's been able to combine. Back to Mbappe, bridge touch round the corner. Mbappe wants to find Neymar's feet
doing
again.
There? Sorry, the referee was just almost trying to tackle him.
He's on Zimmer's team.
Did you see him? He literally just stood on top of him inside the box. I've never seen that before.
Neymar will squeeze that pass into Cristiano Ronaldo, who nearly caught the goalkeeper off guard. Well played. The press from Zimmer has been exceptional in the last game, especially, and even in this game. As soon as you get on the ball, I mean, it says enough when even the midfielders get on the ball, Rich. They're just getting suffocated.
It's tough viewing if you're supporting Da Costa right now. But he did have a resurgence in the quarter-final. We can't forget that. Especially in the second half. Sadio Mane now looking to start the revival. João Felix played a huge part in that turnaround, but I just don't know if it's going to happen again, Brandon.
Yeah, João Felix sort of first real touches inside the box there. Again, all the purple shirts that were around. Costa. I've just tuned in. This is our second semi-final here in the monthly finals. Added time of a minute. This will be the last chance of the half. So Felix back to Rijkaard. Rijkaard back to Kappa. Felix, this has got to be a chance on goal. Well defended. And that will do us for half-time in what has been a first half to remember for Zimmer. He's been perfect in all angles. Neymar's been perfect. Did a penalty as well. Let's not forget that. Missed that penalty. It could have easily been 4-0, and the chance that it was cleared off the line. I think you said it perfectly. It could have been 5-0, Rich.
It really could have been just one-way traffic to the 10th degree right there for Zimmer. Da Costa needs a second half of his life right now if he wants to get back into this game.
Pulled it back last game. João Felix and Hector Herrera put on a bit of a show. However, he was at 3-0 down. He was only a goal down. Win this, you're in a grand final up against Musti Arabachi. Kappa. Got to get that ball into Mane. Oh, it could be a second chance. He does about gets bundled over. Varane was in the way also. It's made it very difficult for Mane to even get around the player.
Kyle Walker. You got to think the team that Zimmer's got right now, it's set up for the pro qualifier, as you said earlier, Brandon. How much better could this team be if he just went all out? Got an informed Neymar, got an informed Team of the Year CR7, a couple more icons in there as well.
That's the honest thing as well. Don't get me wrong, this is an unbelievable team still, but compared to what else we've seen tonight, it's not been the best team out of the 8. I should say most expensive team. He's a pro player. There's restrictions that he would normally have to follow with a team such as this. And to be honest, if you've used it for so long, Rich, and you know how to, you want to play with it, you know the custom tactics you're using, the positioning of each player, how you like to, you know, combine and use the ball on the edge of the box well. Could be a chance here for Sadio Mane because of space. Cheeky chip over the goal. He goes for the bait of that. Heel to heel into Mane. Important goal.
Potential. He did really well to keep his composure inside the box there. I probably would have gone for the chip as well. He will try and bait it out with Petr Cech. Just a little L2 directional fake shot there. Opening up the space with Mane, who slotted past the goalkeeper. Still a big ask needed for him to turn this game around, but it's a positive to say the least.
I think you have to appreciate the composure.
Oh, absolutely.
Of the Costa there, because anyone watching would be falling straight into that trap of the chip over the goalkeeper. However, Da Costa stood strong. Lovely heel to heel for Mbappe, and an even better finish into that left bottom corner. 24 minutes left in this one now. 2 goals he still needs. If there's any chance of extra time and a bit of hope. We're only player from Switzerland in the Open Series monthly finals. Here's João Felix. He was the hero last time. Wow. That ball has somehow found its way through.
Hold the phone all of a sudden. João Felix. Incredible in the quarterfinals. He's been quiet for 68 minutes. Pops up with a great finish there. Low driven past the goalkeeper.
If you cast your mind back to that quarterfinals, Richard, what else did João Felix do? He popped up with not 1 but 2 goals in the second half, late on in the second half also. Seems like the Portuguese forward only gets going about the 65th minute onwards. Rijkaard back to Mane. I mean, you've got to remember, 3 goal cushions for me. I don't even think they're safe anymore.
No, I wouldn't agree. I mean, it all depends how you take the 3 goal cushion, if you know what I mean. Like, if you dominate the possession and you're really dominating the game, but if you score 3 goals on the counter-attack, you're not in a power position.
I think it depends, of course, on when you score those goals. I'm talking if you score early doors, 3-0 up in about 30, 40 in-game minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. If you score 1 30th, 1 70th, and 1 on the 80th, yeah, you're cruising. But with 10 minutes left to play, Zimmer will be looking at his bench potential and thinking, where can I strengthen up a little bit? You see the width, put all the way to 10 right there on the offense. This is Zimmer's perspective. He's gone 10 on width, so maybe That's a counter-attacking mechanism. He wants his players to be as wide as possible because the defensive aspect, it's going to be nice and narrow, but offensively, he wants those out balls with Ronaldo and Mbappe on the other side.
I don't know if you also saw, Rich, it was a long ball tactic that I don't think I've seen any pro ever use before. Get that ball forward. And when you've got, as you said, players like Ronaldo, they're always going to be an outlet. They're always going to be an outlet that can win the ball in the air for you. 9 in-game minutes left. A goal from Da Costa could set us up for an extra time finale here. Win this, you're in a grand final for Zimmer. 7 in-game minutes away from doing so. Another goal would cement that. However, Da Costa has been a little bit of a surprise package in these second halves.
Ousmane Dembele introduced as well for Da Costa. A real out threat. A real threat in the offensive third. 5-star, 5-star, great pace. Unbelievable shot power as well, Ousmane Dembele.
Good chance actually for that. Now Ousmane Dembele. Oh, what a tackle. Strong tackle it was. At the back, still his chance is alive. Back to Ousmane Dembele, chance around the corner of the camera. He's just offside, but you've got to remember, Da Costa's game plan was out the window, Richard, about 30 minutes into this game. He had to make 2 subs 30 minutes into the game. He brought on Ansu Fati and he brought on Mane. Normally subs that would have come on from, you'd have to say, in sort of the dying moments. Had to bring him on early. Great change that he made, but unfortunately, it looks like he will be crashing out the tournament. Zimmer does enough to just about deny that chance. A massive tackle at the back from Varane. And another professional performance will ensure that man is back in another grand final. His first ever grand final in the PlayStation Open Series. It's been a month to remember in January for the Swede. Now he will go up against Musti Arabaci in a grand final for $400 and to be crowned the first ever Ultimate Team champion on FIFA 21 here in the Open Series. Commiserations to Da Costa. It's one of those, when you're 3-0 down that early onto a game, you don't know really how to react. And credit to him for making a change, Richard, and saying, you know what, I am going to go for this game. And he made attacking changes.
Somebody needs to tell Da Costa that the game starts on the 65th minute. He'd have won the tournament by now. It looked incredible from like the 60th, 65th minute onwards, but this opening flurry from Zimmer really put him on the back foot. 18 minutes in and he's already 3 goals down. Neymar, beautiful play inside the box. Sublime skills. Could have been 4 right here. Neymar went for the fake shot around the goalkeeper and Virgil cleared it off of the line. But from the 60th minute, Brandon, Da Costa made this game interesting.
He did. João Felix, who's been his hero throughout this Open Series journey, bagged a goal to make it 3-2, and it left us for a very nervy last 20 in-game minutes in the end. 3 goals. So look at all the results on this Open Series. That is how competitive it's been. Every single game has only been won by a single goal. That speaks volumes of how competitive tonight's bracket has been. But Richard, from thousands upon thousands to hundreds of names into our top 64 in tonight's bracket, only 2 names can remain. It's Austria against Sweden. It's Musti Arabaci looking to bag another Open Series win against a player that has got so much experience in finals and in competitive FIFA in Zimmer. So what a final this plans to be. I can't wait for it.
Yeah, it's going to be incredible. If you fancy yourself, if you think, yeah, I'm better than Musti, I can beat Zimmer, why don't you show us? Follow the link down below on the screen right now. Compete.playstation.com. Sign up. Very, very simple. Follow all the TOS. Sign up with your ESL account and your PlayStation Network account, and that's it. Literally, you can start scrolling through the page, find the tournaments that you want to compete in, and get playing. And if you do well, you can be here next month with myself and Brandon playing for some money. We'll be commentating your games.
Yes, as simple as that, as easy as we can make it sound. Sign up today, so many tournaments, head-to-head, FIFA, other games also on offer. But that is it for our semi-finals. We have the grand final that is awaiting for us. We're going to go to a quick break. When we're back, that grand final will be in front of us. Musti Arabaci against Zimmer. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes' time.
So many world-famous players, they started online.
We are good to go for our first match of the stream.
We're here for FIFA 20 action.
Who's going to be the overall grand final victor, the next PlayStation FIFA superstar.
I think the level of play that we're currently looking at, and it's fantastic. No one leaves today empty-handed.
PlayStation.
On February 5th, the PS4 tournaments will be celebrating
Well, you. PlayStation is hosting the FGC Arcade.
A massive celebration for the fighting game community that will feature our top pros,
And awesome commentators. Like me.
Like yours truly.
like myself.
and will be showcasing a wide variety of fighting games. Mortal Kombat 11 Ultimate.
Soul Calibur 6.
Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle.
Under Night Inbirth EXE Late Claire. There will be some intense matchups.
All the top level play you could possibly imagine.
And more.
So make sure that you tune in on February 5th.
See what fighting game shenanigans unfold.
And of course, plenty more to look forward to.
PlayStation.
Hello everybody, Brandon Smith and Richard Buckley here, looking to help you start FIFA 20 Ultimate Team in the right way. By helping you build a reliable team that ticks all the boxes, and that's a good value in terms of FIFA coins. So Richard, how are we going to go about this?
The first thing that you want to consider when loading into FIFA 21 Ultimate Team and building your dream team is the formation. And the formation is something special in FIFA 21 Ultimate Team because it doesn't really mean how you're going to play. It's all about chemistry. There's a plethora of formations to pick from. In this particular team, we're going with the 4-3-3 third variation. Something that you have to consider before starting your FIFA 21 Ultimate Team is the theme of the squad. As you can see here, I've picked something that we're all familiar with within the Open Series, and that's France. It's important because you don't want to spend your coins on players that aren't going to fit your team and get chemistry to the other players in the squad. So as you can see now, the squad is complete, but you might be looking, Richard, what are all these green, orange and red links? They're called chemistry links. They basically help the players get better stats than what they currently have. For example, Griezmann, 79 pace, 85 shooting, 84 passing. However, with the chemistry boost, he then gets better stats. Another thing to consider when looking into your FIFA 21 Ultimate Team, the formation that we picked, 4-3-3, the third variation, you might have seen Ben Yedder at right defensive midfielder. That's because you can adjust with your quick instructions what formation you will then play in game. So right now, what you're seeing on the screen is Griezmann playing cam, Ben Yedder playing striker, and Gelson Martins coming over to right attacking mid. You start the formation to get the chemistry, and then in-game you can switch the players to where you want them to play on the pitch. Icons once again feature in FIFA 21, and they give real big benefits to chemistry because they provide an orange link to every single player that is linking to that player. So you can see David Trezeguet here, currently around 300,000 coins on the market to purchase, would give incredible links to not only Ousmane Dembele, but also to Gelson Martins, putting him on 10 chemistry. Not only can you buy players through the transfer market, but you can also unlock specially improved FUT items through squad building challenges. You can also earn pack rewards through squad building challenges as well. For example, you see Player of the Month João Felix right here. To unlock João Felix, you must submit an 84, an 85 and an 87 rated squad. There's plenty of daily players and daily SBCs that are put on to this tab in FIFA Ultimate Team, giving you lots of different avenues and opportunities to improve your FIFA 21 starting 11.
Thanks for that, Richard. There really is so much to consider when building and developing the perfect FUT squad on FIFA 21. If you do choose to build this squad or even make a team similar to ours, do let us know in the comments. And who knows, maybe you can give myself and Richard a game to see who really does have the better FIFA 21 squad.
PlayStation.
Hello everybody, Brandon Smith and Richard Buckley here with a look at some of the most effective ways to score in FIFA 21. High-scoring matches are going to be common this year in FIFA 21, and it's important to understand you have loads of options in front of goal.
The first thing that we're going to look at is the finesse shot. Basically, the finesse shot is where you hit the ball with the instep of your player's shooting foot. You initiate the finesse shot by holding R1 and then powering up the shoot button. It's all about finding the angle and then curling the ball past the goalkeeper. Stats that you're looking for are finishing, curve stats, and also the finesse shot trait.
It must be said as well that heading has returned this year in a major way to FIFA 21, Richard.
Absolutely. Heading has been completely overhauled in FIFA 21. Manual heading, you have to aim the ball and also power up exactly where you want the ball to go. You've got to practice, because when you first start, you are going to miss. It is going to be hard. Practice, practice, practice your headers. Near post, far post, from corners. Whenever you can, try these headers, because if you get it right, you will score plenty of goals.
Chip shots are also viable and a clever way to score this year, aren't they, Richard?
Indeed, chip shots are back in FIFA 21. Even if the keeper stood on his line, you can delicately loft the ball over the goalkeeper's head into the far post. If the goalkeeper's rushing out at you, simply tap L1, hold it down, and then power up your shoot button. You will chip the ball over the goalkeeper's head and make him look silly.
Although normal power shots may not be fancy, they are still a very effective way of scoring in FIFA 21.
Absolutely, Brandon. It's pretty much the simplest way of scoring in FIFA 21. All you gotta do, power up the shoot button, get your laces over it. If you've got a player with high shot power, these shots will fly into the back of the net. You can go far post, you can go near post, anywhere you like. These shots will be flying in to the back of the net.
And I'm sure many people would agree with me, Richard. Volleys are back this year and they're OP in FIFA 21.
Knock it to the back post, knock it to the front post, edge of the box, anywhere, and these volleys will be flying into the back of the net. Trust me, guys, you have to try volleys in FIFA 21.
Lastly, one of the cheekiest ways to score this year in FIFA is by taking it around the goalkeeper. It sounds simple. Is it, Richard?
Yeah, it really is. All you need to do, simply use the right stick and just roll it to the right or to the left. This will initiate the ball roll animation. So simple, so effective. You will be scoring those one-on-one chances simply with the ball roll.
Scoring is always fun in any year of FIFA, but FIFA 21 promises lots of goals and loads of ways to score them.
PlayStation.
Well, here we go then. Welcome back one more time to the PlayStation Monthly Finals Open Series. We're back for our grand final. My name is Brandon Smith, and joining me throughout the broadcast, as always, is Richard Buckley. Rich, we've made it here. A long month in January, a new mode, a new format on FIFA Ultimate Team. Brought loads of competitors from all over Europe. And now we only have two names remaining. One name from Austria in Musti Arabaci, and the other's name, Zimmer, a pro player from Sweden that we know very, very well. Here's their stats coming into this one, Richard. Zimmer went a little bit longer away around, had to win more games, but the one thing that this man hasn't done is lost a game.
17 games, 17 wins for Zimmer. On the other side of that, Musti Arabaci, 11 wins and 1 loss with a 92% win rate. That's the tail of the tape. In January, I think one thing that we have to consider, Musti Arabaci has been successful in Open Series competition before. Zimmer has been successful in the Global Series competitions before. Now, both worlds will meet in our grand final. I am very excited for this. I believe there was a Twitch poll running as well before this game got underway. And we're going to find out the results of that very, very soon. Prediction for you, Brandon. Who won? Guess. Don't look. Don't look.
Same, sorry. It's in front of my face. It was Zimmer that came out on top. 79% of the votes. We always do this in our grand final. We don't give you a winner. We'll give you a scoreline. Of course, you guys can do it at home on the YouTube or the Twitch. Give us a scoreline. I'm going for... I mean, it's been the story of the day. I'm going for a 2-1. Only by a goal. Whoever wins, it's only by a goal.
I'm going for a 3-0.
3-0? Wow.
Yes.
That would be I mean, the one thing that these two have in common is that they both blew their opponents away in the first half of the game. If you remember that rightly, 3-0 in 30 minutes for Zimmer, 3-0 in 45 minutes for Musti Arabachi. They both know how to start a game well, so it's going to be interesting to see who can start this grand final in the best shape or form. You win this, you will be the monthly final champion in January. $400 in your back pocket. You will be kicking off 2021 in the best way possible. You know, you're going to have FIFA points in the back pocket. You're going to have some serious money. And also, hopefully, as we move into February and March and we go throughout the year of 2021, Richard, we can see more names return back to the Open Series and see if they can go back-to-back champions. It's not really happened before, but Ultimate Team, it maybe could bring that.
No, absolutely. I certainly think as well with Ultimate Team, you're going to see a little bit more consistency. It's what these players know. It's their bread and butter. They're used to playing Ultimate Team. Head-to-head FIFA's a little bit more of a different kettle of fish. Ultimate Team is what they're playing week in league, 30 games every single week, Friday through Sunday with. It's what they're playing division rivals with, what they're competing in the global series with. This is where they live.
Well, here we go, the grand final time. It is Zimmer from right to left with one of the first chances of this game. Lovely bridge touch from Cristiano Ronaldo. Still just about keeps possession. Back to Mbappe. Neymar, he'll drop the shoulder. Couple of ball rolls. Could there be a finesse? Well read. At the back there by Rafael Varane. So yeah, Musti Arabachi from left to right in this one. Ronaldo, is he going to be offside? He will be. A little bit too keen. But expect an end-to-end game between these two. They have both scored plenty of goals throughout this Open Series monthly final. You're looking at the best two as well from this 64-player bracket. It kicked off a couple of hours ago earlier today. And they would have been dreaming of getting to this grand final, to this very stage. Ronaldo, has he got the pace to get around the corner? It's Varane down one end and it's Varane down the other, Rich. And that's been the story of the day. He has been the star man at the back for any competitor, so it feels.
It doesn't matter if you're going to France versus France. It doesn't matter if you're going Ultimate Team. Rafa Varane will feature in the squads. Cristiano Ronaldo, first chance of the game for Mr. Reliable. CR7 smashes it in.
Yeah, it's not only Varane at the back who's reliable, it's that man up top, Richard, Cristiano Ronaldo. There is just something about the Portuguese forward in the box. Forget Team of the Year for now, it's the 94 in form. It'll put Zimmer up by a goal still. What an end-to-end start this game has been. They both scored early goals in their semi-finals. They both scored plenty of goals in their semi-final matches. And the fact this is only a best of one, Richard, it just throw up in the air that one goal can win you a game. We've seen it throughout this whole process tonight. Really important start from Zimmer. It's a tough angle with Ronaldo. However, as you said, Mr. Reliable in those sort of areas. Always going to be on target at least. That time he was able to snatch it into that top-hand corner. And the Gothenburg FIFA Esports Pro leads by a goal still, looking for a second. Ronaldo need to change as well. Bruno Fernandes, referee will play advantage. Neymar pull away into Heung-min Son. Same angle, same goal, and the same result.
Incredible work from Zimmer in the opening period again, looking to blow his opponent away before the game even gets underway. Great finish from Son as well.
That's why he's in the team. There would have been a couple of people out there thinking, why is he starting a new team? What's so special about Heung-min Son? So many things you can list about him. I mean, this is where Musti Arabachi has to stay strong, because he concedes one more goal. Could be falling apart in this grand final.
Before it's even started, really.
Just on side Ronaldo. How the referees have been to Zimmer. Be careful in the box. Near enough be a penalty in every game he's played. Whether he scored one and missed one, so he hasn't been perfect from the spot. He has looked better though throughout this tournament, Richard. Quite a, for Zimmer's standard, maybe not the strongest of first games. He did, of course, score a couple of early goals, but after that looks a little bit shaky. As Chiani was knocking on the door in the quarterfinals, but really good semi-final performance. And what a start here. 30 minutes gone, up by 2-0. Looking in cruise control, looking confident.
Just looks a real sort of complete, should I say, performance from what we've seen so far.
Neymar back to Son. Is it going to be 3? Not that same angle again. Back post into Mbappe. It's a little bit too heavy on the pass. Oh, referee. It's clever. It's very, very clever from Zimmer there. Heel to heel. Knew that, Juan Cuadrado was going to dive into the tackle. Neymar, can he put it right? He misses. Neymar. 3 penalties taken. He's missed 2 of them.
And it was green from Neymar.
I mean, for Mr. Arabachi, Richard, that's the lifeline that he needed. The wake-up call that he needed to say, I am still in this game. Talk to me about that little skill move for Mbappe, Richard. Really, really clever. Hilton came in.
Yeah, I mean, it's all about the close control, and what he's done, he's planted sort of seeds of doubt in the mind. So when he's been doing a heel to heel, sometimes he's been super cancelling out of it. Other times he's been looking for the reverse elasticos or the regular bridge touch. When you start to then build up the tendencies, your opponent will start to try and read you. If you can switch it on the click of a fingers and go to a different skill move, that is when you will find success. And you've seen a plethora of different skill moves and dribbling techniques from Zimmer in this tournament, and in particular in the first 43 minutes, that have built him up into this position of power right now.
He's 2 minutes away from near enough the perfect first 45 in a grand final. You wouldn't think it. This is a grand final. There's a corner. 3 seconds left towards the front post. It's going to be punched away by Donnarumma. Attack is still alive. Mbappe. Still Mbappe. Another corner. The only time the referee will play on. Fernandez. Back to Mbappe. One more round the corner. Ronaldo. Hanging in. Is Musti Arabachi. Get me into half time, he'll be saying. There you go. Eventually we do get there, but I mean, he'll be thinking, Richard, I could have been 3-0 down if it wasn't for that penalty save. And
look at the stats.
That penalty save is massive.
61% possession, 5 shots, 5 on target. It's been dominant from Zimmer in the opening 45. And Musti Arabachi simply has to do something different if he wants to get back into this game.
Look to try and change something if he can. By 2 goals to 0. Potential attack it for Musti Arabachi. He's got to get himself a goal. Give himself a bit more confidence to say, you know what, I am in a grand final for a reason. It's about time I start showing why. And there you go.
That was the goal he was needed. Great work from Kylian Mbappe originally out wide. And you saw him work the ball across the box, across the area. And again, Laurent Blanc, Neymar and Ronaldo linking up. It was Blanc into Neymar. A little one around the corner for CR7, who just prodded it past the goalkeeper. Game on.
And how important is that, Rich? People don't often look into enough. Just scoring a goal just picks you up massively to say, you know, I am still in this game. I can score. I can break down my opponent. We could be on for a 2-2 here. Chance. Back to goal. Ronaldo. Oh, he just turned into Pejek. Chance to make that all square at 2-2. Mbappe, lovely bridge touch around the corner. Dances in the box, and Petr comes off his line, collects that one. Without any problem at all. We may as well tell you now, we will be back live tonight for our North American broadcast. We're doing the exact same format again on Ultimate Team. as North America's best FIFA Pro players come forward in the Open Series to take part in our first ever Ultimate Team monthly finals. We're following the top 8 best there all over North America.
It'll be very interesting to see if we've got any new names. Is it going to be Cisse season, Edrico season, and Bosniano still dominating?
Chance for Neymar. Kick round on Quadrado. This time he stays on his feet, doesn't dive into the tackle this time. But no, it'd be amazing to see. Maybe a couple of sprinkle of pros, Rich. With Ultimate Team, it does bring more attention to the Open Series. Maybe a King CJ or a Cisse season might even pop up.
So
22 minutes away.
Just like in Europe, where we saw a lot of Italian and Spanish players on head-to-head, we saw a lot of sort of Mexican players really doing well in the Open Series. We'll be very intrigued to see if those players are returning in the top 8 this evening. That's going to be 10 p.m. So in about 2 hours' time, UK time. 5 p.m. Eastern and 2 p.m. Pacific.
We'll get that confirmed before we do wrap up proceedings for this evening. Zimmer is cruising. One more goal will solidify a win tonight. There it is. Ronaldo with it. And I think we may as well start writing that check for $400 to the Swede of FC Gothenburg. 3 goals to 1-0 lead. 2-goal cushion reinstated. And a first-class performance from Zimmer.
Just not been able to get in the game has Musti Arabaci. Great finish from Ronaldo. Looking to make it 4 here. Ball roll past the goalkeeper. Donnarumma does well. But the class of Zimmer and also the event level experience really proving the difference here in the end. Varane just leaning all over Ronaldo and somehow manages to get the ball back to Petr Cech.
Well, I mean, it was nearly the dream story for Musti Arabaci, a winner in the Open Series when we were on head-to-head in 2020. He came back, was feeling refreshed and ready to go in 2021 with our brand new format on Ultimate Team. But I mean, he can't bat an eyelid at that, Rich. The grand final, out of everyone that's been involved this month, is still a huge achievement.
Just echoing the words of Nemo El Captain in the Twitch chat, that Ronaldo is a beast. You are correct, sir. He is incredible in the final third. Seems to score everything that comes his way. Not only that, but he's a presence in the final third. You don't want to give him time. You don't want to give him space, because if you put a player like Inform Ronaldo in the hands of a mere mortal, he'll be good. If you put him in the hands of Zimmer, back-to-back G50 Elite Series champion, played at the global events, he becomes unstoppable.
Yeah, he really does. He's minutes away from announcing himself to the Global Series. All of his other competitors here, part of the PS4 tournaments. Zimmer embarks on a new journey in the Open Series. He will be your champion. For the first ever time, we've moved over to Ultimate Team. He has been convincing in all of his games tonight. He'll pick up $400 plus the trophy tonight and 12,000 FIFA points. Referee, conclude the game. Congratulations to FC Gothenburg's Zimmer. Congratulations, my friend. The Swede is back in town, Richard. He's back on the Open Series and he's back to winning ways. Congratulations to him. And again, I don't know what he was paying the referee for out tonight, but he had a penalty in every single game he played that we commentated on.
Yeah, once again, just showing the diversity in the dribbling. People don't know where he's going to go, so you will get fouls. We were quite close with the predictions, Brandon. You said 2-1, I said 3-0. You put them both together, we get 3-1.
There you go. Something like that. We'll take that prediction to the end of the line with us. But let's have a look at some of those highlights, Richard. 2 goals from the exact same area. That shot across the box proving to be so deadly for Zimmer. Then he got this goal as well, or should say this chance, I should say. A lovely heel to heel from Mbappe. Stepped up for the penalty. And again, Neymar, he missed.
Yeah, put it to the right-hand side. He did time it green as well. Keeper still saved it. Neymar playing the ball through to CR7. And potentially thought there's a comeback on the cards here because this chance shortly followed. Ronaldo looking to turn, just couldn't get the shot away. Cristiano Ronaldo dragged back onto his left foot and rifled into the back of the net. And that was the goal that solidified the win for Zimmer.
Yeah, let's have a look at the bracket to recap how January's monthly final has concluded here in Europe. Let's follow that run as well from Zimmer. It's a 2-1 victory against Gianni FIFA, a 3-2 win against the Costa in that semi-final that we saw before coming into this grand final, and then a 3-win victory, the most convincing result we've actually seen all night long, with a 2-goal cushion there. Commiserations to Musti Arbachi. Great to see you, my friend, back in the Open Series and back competing, but Zimmer's a pro player for a reason. He's got all this experience from previous tournaments and even the Global Series playoffs. You know, this guy is a force to be reckoned with. And a huge congratulations to him and, of course, and his club in FC Gothenburg. They will be champions here in third. And Rich, new format, it's brought new players towards us, but we're not done yet, are we?
We're not indeed. There's plenty more competition happening on the PlayStation Open Series. Mortal Kombat 11 Ultimate have their monthly finals tomorrow and their weekly tournaments commencing from the 2nd. We've got the BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle monthly finals on the 30th of January. You can join us in 2 hours' time for the NA monthly finals, and also we've got Soul Calibur 6 and Under Night in Birth finals, February 1st and February 3rd, respectively.
Yeah, lots of fighting games actually taking place in the Open Series at the moment. So if you're not just a FIFA player, feel free to go and check out some of our other tournaments. As we said, we'll say it one more time. It's compete.playstation.com if you guys want to get involved in any of these tournaments. The link's just below me and Richard now. Sign up today, and who knows, you might be here in a monthly final. So we might be commentating on all of your action. But Richard, that's pretty much a wrap for us in Europe. We're back for 2021. We're back to see more competitive FIFA, and overall, we're seeing a familiar name back in the Open Series. It just goes to show the type of players that this tournament is sort of advertising to and who it's bringing in.
Yeah, 100%. I think it also shows potentially a step at the top of the show. I said we're on the motorway and we've taken a slight diversion to Ultimate Team. We've got past the diversion right now, and we are full steam ahead on to Ultimate Team. I think we're going to see more pro players. I think we're going to see potentially a higher level of competition in the Open Series, and we are both full for it. Let's see what NA is bringing later this evening as well, Brandon.
Yeah, as we said, me and Richard will be back in just a couple of hours' time to commentate over that North American monthly finals. Congratulations to all of our competitors that made it into the top 64 and into tonight's monthly finals, but there can only be one winner, and he goes by the name of Zimmer from Sweden. Congratulations to him. Thank you all so much for watching. I've been Brandon Smith. He's been Richard Buckley. We'll see you in a couple of hours' time for our North American monthly finals. But if we don't see you again, stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you very, very soon. Next time here on the Open Series monthly finals. Until next time, we'll catch you soon. Bye-bye.